a day, let me tell you. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome, everybody, to episode 216 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
And Corey.
No Will today. Will called in schoolwork, which I'm fine with. He's got to get a good education and quit the Thumbstick Athletes podcast for better things, right? Right, fellas?
No.
No.
You know I am staunchly against the education.
Yeah, I hear you. But he also didn't get a chance to play either Metal Gear Solid 5 or any other game this week, so he's not joining us today. Our topic today is Metal Gear Solid. I know me and Eric have put a significant amount of time into it, and Corey's put a fair amount of time into it also, right?
Sure.
All right. I'm excited to talk about it.
Me too.
It's been hard not to talk about it in our Kick chat.
I wish I wasn't so tired.
Oh, okay.
Fucking dog kept me up all night.
Did you caffeinate?
You know what? No, I didn't. I did at home a little bit, but I did not make my weekly Dunkin' Donuts trip.
Oh, that's
the one time I probably actually should have.
Right.
Figures.
That's okay.
Typical.
Anyone have anything they want to tease for later on in the episode before we get right into Metal Gear?
Yes, I played NHL 16 through EA Access Early Access, the FIFA 16 demo. I did a little bit in Destiny's 2.0 update. Played a little Rocket League, and I also got the gold wireless headphones for PS4. So I want to talk about those.
Excellent.
Yes.
Corey, what do you got?
I didn't play anything new, but I've got some fallen video game comrades.
Oh.
Some video game stuff of mine.
You traded in?
Is traded in, and I'll chat about that. But yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, well, let's get right into Metal Gear, shall we?
Might as well.
Corey, me and Eric last week talked about our first impressions of the game, so we'll start there. What were your first impressions of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain?
My first impression was everybody's first impression, which was that basically an hour-long opening prologue with very minimal gameplay. But one of the things I always liked about Kojima and his game design, especially in Metal Gear, is like the cinematic quality of that. And I think that opening prologue was so well choreographed and very entertaining, and it mixed in just enough like tutorial elements that I was enthralled the whole time. And when it was over, I texted you guys and I was like, what the hell just happened?
And I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah, it was really cool, and I was like, oh boy. But I knew in the back of my head, like, just from reading everybody's reviews and just the discussion leading up to the release of the game, that Metal Gear Solid 5 was much less cinematic and more like open world sandboxy. So even though there was that opening prologue that might have been a little too long, I knew in the back of my head that there was all this other great stuff to look forward to, and I wasn't disappointed in that regard either. So
Yeah, I was in the same boat as you. I really enjoyed it. I was slightly impatient only because it was so late at night. For those that didn't listen last week, I downloaded it starting at midnight. There was no preload for it. I don't know if I would have been able to preload it anyway because it's Will's copy, which is kind of funny that he didn't play it all, his own copy of the game. So like I finished downloading it about 1:30. So it was like when I was finishing that up, I was getting slightly impatient. It was like
damn near 3
It
o'clock.
was like 2:45 when I was like, all right, I just want to go in the open world and see what this is all about. But I did really enjoy it. If it had been most other things that had an hour-long, very little gameplay cinematic, I probably would have quit at that point.
Yeah,
and just gone back to it the next day. But
I was the entire time.
It was good stuff.
Just being like, what the fuck is going on here? And like, I don't want to get caught sneaking through this hospital. And it was awesome.
It was really well done. I almost had I did have an emergency the day before, or not the day before, 2 days before the game came out. I was playing I don't like to play computer games with mouse and keyboard. I always prefer a controller, unless like, real-time strategy or whatever. If it requires a mouse and keyboard, that's different. But most games I prefer a gamepad, and I have the Xbox 360 controller and the little wireless adapter that connects to it. And for years now, that little wireless adapter, that USB that plugs into my computer, has been going bad, and it kicked the bucket like 2 days before Metal Gear Solid 5 was coming out. But they're Amazon Prime to save the day.
I was gonna say they're a little bit hard to find though, like because you get a lot of knockoff Chinese ones
Yeah.
that aren't quite the level of the Microsoft ones. I know they're all like technically manufactured in China, but
Yeah, and
you gotta be careful with those.
yeah, and I saw a lot of those like badly reviewed wireless adapters. So I avoided those and got a Microsoft one through Amazon Prime, 2-day shipping or next day shipping or something like that for only
Sprung for it, huh?
only $5 with Amazon Prime.
Worth it for MGS.
And I think the whole thing was like $16, but also because I have the Amazon credit card, I get cash back on my purchases through there. So the whole thing costed me like $2.
Wow.
To get that in 2 days or one
Nice.
day, I guess it would have been. So that was nice, but
It's nice that you have a solid working one now.
yeah, absolutely.
That's a good thing.
New-
Yeah,
I- Go ahead.
for this game, I actually opted for keyboard and mouse. It's the first time I've played a game like that with the keyboard and mouse, and it took me quite a while to get used to it. I was probably about 10 hours in before I started to like actually
It's a lot of controls.
kind of get used to it. There's a lot of buttons, but once I got the hang of it, like I feel like it's laid out pretty well. And really, the reason why I wanted to use the keyboard and mouse because that's what I got used to with first person shooters, and I kind of knew you could go into first person mode in the game, and that actually helped a lot with when I inevitably screw up my stealthiness. I'm a lot faster at doing some headshots and clearing my.
Do you go into
so
first person mode a lot?
I do.
I
Quite a bit.
rarely ever do.
Quite a bit, yeah. Because like I said, I screw up on my stealth so much that I'm always
Yeah.
It's the F button that you use to when you're aiming to put it into first when you pull up your gun, you push the F button to put it into first person mode, and then I just do headshot, and then good to go.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Corey. Well, let's start with your experience of that, Corey. What'd you think? Because you were probably the most excited for this game. I know I wasn't excited for it. Eric was kind of excited for it. So far, I mean, has it lived up to your expectations? I know you were.
I want to know how much I played.
Yeah, we should start with that.
I don't know how much I played. I just finished mission 7.
Okay.
6% of the game.
For a little context, I'm through mission 15, and I'm at 21% overall complete.
Okay, I'm on mission 15 or 16. I'm not sure. I'm 22% complete.
I'm on mission 15.
20. Yeah, I can't remember which one, which mission specific. I ran through a bunch last night. I did 3 or 4 last night just so I could make sure I did as much of the main story as I could. And like I said, 22%, about 23 hours I played.
I'm at 31 hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I would imagine I have 10-ish
Okay.
hours. I did all the side ops up to this point, though, too. But what I like about the game mostly, and yes, I love the game. I think it's fantastic. It's the most fun I've had playing a video game since probably Dark Souls, honestly.
Wow.
And having played the other Metal Gear games, the one that really separates this one is just the sheer amount of ways you can approach things, and it's much more frustration free. Because I can remember in Metal Gear 4, if you got spotted, it was like such a pain just trying to lose everybody. And if it did go to just like guns blazing and everyone trying to shoot you and you shooting back, then it just got out of hand and it became really difficult, really frustrating. A lot of failure points where you'd have to restart the mission. That has only happened to me a couple times in this game, and it was just because I was screwing around trying to see like how different systems interact with each other and stuff like that.
Tinker with the game's mechanics.
Yeah, which makes it so much fun. And a unique thing I think about this game is at least when I'm playing it, when I'm upgrading things and like looking to the future, I'm looking to things that I think I'll have more fun with. And I think that's a good spot to be. It's not like, oh, let me get this because this is really annoying and this will help with this. It's like, oh, this looks awesome. I want this because I'll have fun with it, kind of thing. So yeah, that's. I mean.
Oh, so early.
Wait.
Sorry, you guys cut out. What?
It's just so much to.
I can't hear you guys.
Shit.
Hello.
You said you're early in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I also recorded a video primer for this episode, so check that out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Thumbstick Athletes. And yeah, I said over and over again, like Eric and Dan are way further than me, so I'm curious to see what they have to say because I hardly have anything. I don't have any buddies. I don't have any vehicles. I only have a few weapons and a few tools. Nothing too crazy. So you guys are way beyond what I am in that respect. But yeah, the whole playground sandbox thing is just the bread and butter of this game. And the only thing I can kind of compare it to, that part of it anyway, is Dying Light. But Metal Gear, first of all, it's obviously more polished. And second of all, it also has the whole mother base element attached to it. And, you're not only researching and upgrading things, but you have a whole staff that you manage. And that influences your mother base. And those things Dying Light didn't have.
Yeah.
But that is what I love about Metal Gear is also what I love about Dying Light. It's just, different.
Yeah. Yeah, I should say, too, that I really didn't like Ground Zeroes at all when I played it. I don't really like stealth games either, but I'm in the same boat as you, Corey. Like, I love Metal Gear Solid 5, and I think one of the reasons is, like you mentioned, the of ways you can approach your objective. You have a somewhat simple objective, especially for there's fairly simple, like it's extract a prisoner or whatever, but it's up to you to decide how you want to do that. And you could, like you said, you could go on guns blazing, you could sneak around, you could do 100 different things, and screw with the enemy AI, and that's the fun of it for me too. I also, one of the things I hated about stealth games was the insta fail when you fail a mission just because you're spotted. Hate that more than anything. I haven't come across that yet in Metal Gear Solid. Like, even in the missions where you're supposed to be super stealthy and stuff, like I've gotten discovered and had a huge gun battle with a bunch of people and was able to still complete my objectives and stuff, which is also good. And I think I've only died once, maybe twice, and that's again that was another frustration of, especially stealth games with bad combat is the having to start over and stuff. But Metal Gear Solid 5 has very good combat, and I think that's also what I like about it, along with the base building stuff, which I absolutely adore. All that stuff, that's candy to me. So
yeah, I don't really like stealth games either.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't even call this a stealth game.
It's really not,
because you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, I really only categorize it as a stealth game because the old game, the other game, Metal Gear Solid games were stealth games. But you're right, you can play it absolutely any way you want. So
yeah, and I just because the only ones I've played before were 1, which I don't remember at all.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, and 4, which I hated.
Yeah.
And part of the reason I hated 4 is because the controls I just felt like the controls were so weird.
Yeah.
And it handled real clunky, and it was a stealth game, and I don't like stealth games.
Yeah.
And like you said, this is just like an open world where I can do whatever I want. I try to do it stealthily, but
so do I.
Like you, Dan, usually that falls apart at some point.
Yeah. I'll leave a body somewhere where a guard spots it, or
I usually get seen by somebody.
Yeah, someone will notice you. Because one of the other cool things about this game that I didn't notice until I was reading someone else's review on it is that when your standard tactics, like the enemy AI will adjust to it. So like if you always go out on missions at night, a lot of the guards will have night vision goggles, and they start wearing night vision goggles. And in your combat ops, which is where you send out your mercenaries to do things, you can send them out to destroy the I'm not sure if it's production or crates of night vision goggles. So you can use that to help your thing. Or you can just adjust your tactics. It's the same thing, like because I was doing a lot of headshots, so the people started wearing metal helmets.
Same with me with the pistol that puts them to sleep.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you can do that, but you can once again destroy the crate of metal helmets. But I started I started shooting them in the face. That's how I just made sure I got a little closer and shot them in the face instead of in the head.
That's good to know. I'll have to start focusing on that.
Yeah.
Because that's the same thing that happened to me. I would try to put everybody to sleep with the pistol, silence pistol, and just shoot them in the head because that's an automatic drop.
Yep.
And they started wearing helmets. And then I was like, well, shit.
Yep. Time to change up tactics.
Now my tactics are fucked.
Yeah. Totally. So that's again that's the cool thing for me. I wanted to talk about the open world too, Corey. How did you feel about the open world?
It's as open as you want it to be.
Yeah.
And usually what happens with me is I'll just go in and do a mission. I don't really spend much time in between missions just like out in the world.
Yeah.
I'll
Neither
do
do
a
I.
mission and then run off and do a side op or something like that, and then
If
just
it's nearby.
just have the helicopter swoop down and pick me up, and then go on from there. But like I always complain about the open worlds of like The Witcher and Dragon Age Inquisition and stuff, but in this one like you're not constantly bombarded with waypoints and
Yeah.
things you need to see and do and stuff. So
Filler.
yeah,
It-
I don't feel guilty not just spending hours exploring the world at all.
It's a much more focused open world than a lot of other games, and like you said, like you don't have to just walk around. You can just get dropped off at your waypoint and then go back to the helicopter when you're done with your mission. You don't have to explore at all if you don't want to.
Yep.
Which is cool.
It really helps the pacing of the game too, as it's you're constantly moving forward. You're not just kind of moving sideways for 10 hours and then moving forward for 10 minutes.
Right.
And like you said, even though there's so much gameplay and so much to do, I don't feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like I did with like Witcher 3
Right.
or Dragon Age.
I kind of like when I read the mission thing, I kind of know like what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, and you pick your loadout before you go on your mission. So like if I'm going to be taking out tanks, I know I got to pack my rocket launcher, and then whatever else I may need. So that helps too.
But it's like they thought of everything. Even if you packed the wrong weapon, you can get a supply drop from the helicopter and just get what you need.
Yep.
Well, you can put together like 3 loadouts, I think it is. So
Yeah.
like you could have one for anti-tank or stealth. Because I actually got to the point where I'm carrying mostly stealth-based weapons. So I'm carrying a assault rifle that stuns, and my pistol that puts them to sleep with a silencer on it, suppressor. And I just unlocked the ability to customize my own weapons.
Okay.
So I put a suppressor on my sniper rifle also.
I just unlocked the sniper rifle with the suppressor. I didn't know you could customize your weapons. I haven't done that yet.
I just was able to do that
Okay.
today. I don't remember what I did to do it or what, but oh no, I do know what it was. It was through side op missions where you're supposed to extract a legendary gunsmith.
Oh, okay. I haven't finished that line yet.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them.
Yep.
So that's where you are
Okay.
able to customize
I'm
your
gonna do
weapons.
that then.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome because what I kept thinking of was when I played Far Cry, how easy the game kind of got when I got a silenced sniper rifle.
Yeah, I just pick people off from a distance.
Yeah. The only problem is in this game, if you do that, you can't Fulton anybody back to your base because
Right.
they're all dead.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you kind of need to take as many soldiers as you can to fill out your ranks. I'm actually at the point where because then there's dead bodies everywhere too.
Yep.
If someone happens to notice, yeah, it's not a good thing.
usually if
My
I'm
base
going to
is
shoot
full
them,
though at this point.
Is it?
I've worked on expanding it. Yeah.
I don't think mine is quite full. It's like on the brink of being full.
Yeah.
But I just extracted a shit ton of guys before I came over here, so it might be now. Usually, if I'm going to kill somebody with a sniper rifle, I do people that are in the watchtower,
Yeah.
and then I try not to kill anybody else. But yeah, I really like the Fulton balloon thing. That is the coolest thing I may have ever done in a video game.
Yeah.
Like, I was going to say, if you didn't want to take a rocket launcher, or if you forgot to take a rocket launcher against a tank, you can literally just Fulton it out with people in it.
Yeah. I started doing that too.
Yeah.
Because not that long ago I unlocked the ability to Fulton like even vehicles and
Yep.
and tanks and stuff, which is awesome.
And you
'Cause you
start to need those for your deployments.
Yeah. Yeah, for your when you control your mercenary groups or whatever they
Yeah.
are that you send out on missions. It's really thought of everything.
No, it really has. And you can do the same thing with like a truck that's driving by with like 3 guys in it. You can Fulton it back to your base, and you get the truck and the guys that are in there.
Yep.
Now, how do you Fulton a truck full of people? What's the process?
You just have to go over to it. It has to be stopped,
Yeah.
and you just go over to it and hold triangle.
Yeah.
That's it.
For me, it's the E button that I have to hold.
Now,
If it goes to mother base.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember back when they were showing teaser trailers for this game, I think there was a bit where you shot somebody and it Fultoned them. Is there like a Fulton gun or something later on?
Oh, maybe
There could be. I don't know.
that would be awesome.
Wouldn't surprise me. Like I
Yeah.
said, they thought of everything.
Yeah.
That'd
It's
be-
in there. Cardboard box and all.
A Sleepy Fulton gun
That
would be
sweet.
fantastic. I just discovered today that you can call in a helicopter to pour smoke or sleep gas over an area.
Oh, I didn't know you could do sleep gas, and you could do smoke.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. You can put a whole base to sleep.
And then just Fulton them all out, and
Yeah.
you got yourself
You're good to go.
10 or 15 soldiers. Yeah. Let's talk about the weapons.
Yeah. What? I actually took a picture of what weapons I'm using.
That's a good idea. I never even thought of that.
All right. Let's see. Well, to start with my mother base, since we were talking about that,
Yeah.
I've got 3 out of 4. Each of these bases, or each platform type, has 4 max.
Yep.
So I've got 3 command platform, 2 combat unit, 2 R&D, 2 development, 3 support, 2 intel, and 2 medical.
Okay.
So I've still got a ways to go. It gets to be a lot.
Yeah,
with
a lot
resources.
of, especially resources. I'm having trouble keeping up, especially the fuel resources. I seem to be running the lowest on.
Yes, because everything
most
needs
frequently. Yeah.
All right. So as far as my loadout goes, I use the assault rifle with the stun on it. It's the UN Arc NL.
Okay.
And then for my rocket launcher, I have the FBMR rocket launcher, and the WU silenced pistol. That's what I roll with.
Nice.
The most support weapons I use, I started using the decoy. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Have you punched one?
No.
Go up and punch it.
Okay, I'll do that.
You know, when you were a kid, did you ever have one of those like
The pop-up thing.
Yeah, with sand in the bottom?
No. I don't
Like
think
a
so.
punching
Maybe.
bag with sand in the bottom
Yeah,
that
yeah,
would
yeah.
pop back up.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Cool.
It's pretty cool. I sat there and punched it for like a minute. So I use that a lot. I use C4 a lot to take out communications and anti-air. What's the word?
The anti-air
Technology,
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
And stun grenades. I use those quite a bit. And I don't really use the items at all.
I haven't used much of the items.
Boxes.
Yeah.
The Phantom Cigar, which I guess calms the nerves if you're trying to make a good shot with your sniper.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. But yeah, that's what I roll with. I think my favorite buddy is probably D-Dog.
D-Dog seems to be the most useful for
Have
me.
you got Quiet?
I got Quiet, and I haven't used the Walker yet.
I haven't either.
I just got Quiet to the point where I can use her in combat. And like if you're going to be fighting people, she's amazing to use for fighting. Like if you're just going to kill everybody,
Right.
she's great for that. But the dog is good because he sniffs out resources, sniffs out locations of enemy soldiers.
That's
and stuff.
what
he uses. He's great.
Yeah, I love that he shows you where all the enemies are.
Yep.
It's great. And I thought that Quiet did the same thing because you can tell her to go in and scout a base.
Yeah, I don't think I'm using her correctly.
I don't think I am either, but they don't do a good job of telling you how to use her.
No, I actually looked up a guide and there isn't one yet. So I'm thinking the game is too new, but I'm hoping that there's a way you can, like you said, send her in because she can be invisible. Yeah, and have her mark enemies and locations
She doesn't.
of things. Yeah, she doesn't.
In
do that
my
for me.
experience, when I've sent her into scout, which you do through the buddy support menu on your iDroid, she goes in and it'll say that she infiltrated the base, but like it doesn't tell you where anybody is. You just kind of see where she is, and you see her laser from her sniper rifle pointing at different guys that you're looking at.
Yep.
Whereas D-Dog puts, the triangle over a guy's head saying that here's everybody in this base.
Yeah, and from pretty far away too.
Oh yeah, it's great. So I think he's the most useful. I find Quiet to be a really interesting character.
Yeah.
I hope that, from what I understand, towards the end of the game, there's a lot more cinematics and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you find out more about her because she's really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know why she doesn't talk.
Yeah.
She just hums.
Yep.
Which is a little annoying.
Yeah, if she keeps doing it when you check out a mission. Yeah.
She just hums and hums the same thing over and over, and it can get a little annoying.
I wonder if that's so she's still like around and paying attention. Because with the dog, like you can kind of hear him panting and trotting around when you're nearby. I wonder if that's just a
well, it marks where she
mental
is.
thing. Yeah, that's true
on your screen. So
that's true.
I don't know, but yeah, I haven't used the bipedal robot walker yet.
Yeah,
but that one's got the coolest unlockables. I feel like, except for when I'm finally able to get Quiet a sniper rifle that puts people to sleep.
Yeah, I've heard that's really useful.
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, the horse is pretty useless aside from traveling faster. I don't know.
You could just drop a vehicle anymore, now that I
Yeah.
have the ability to do that. It's probably more expensive.
It is.
And it also
but
takes.
is it just
money.
GMP?
Yeah, but I
think
spend
so.
my GMP pretty
So do I.
frivolously.
So I grade stuff.
I guess I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah, at the beginning, I felt like I had a lot all the time.
Yep,
And
so
then,
did I.
And then you start unlocking stuff faster and faster, and you won't be able to keep up money-wise. I run out of money a lot. So I end up doing
I have
missions.
so many things, though, that I can unlock that I don't have nearly enough money for.
Yeah,
Just a whole menu's worth of shit to develop that I just can't.
yeah.
But I'm not going to use it anyway. The only ones that I probably will do are the ones that my support staff can equip.
Yeah,
The people on Mother Base.
yeah, because that'll be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's apparently some people complaining about the microtransactions. I haven't even become aware of.
That's all for
microtransactions.
online stuff.
Okay,
I believe.
See, I wanted to get to the point where you do your forward operations.
I want
base.
nothing to do with the online.
I don't either. But I think the forward operations base is something you have to do.
It is. You have to build one.
Right.
Now you can pay to build more than one,
Okay.
and I think it does stuff faster.
Okay.
And I don't know if it gives you more resources and shit like
Yeah.
that. I'm assuming it does, because why else would you pay for it? But
Right.
you do have to build one forward operating base, and that's free in the
Okay.
game. I don't know at what point. I'm assuming it's after you.
I think
know.
someone said after mission like 21 is when you do your
Okay.
FOB.
So it's probably pretty close to when you fully upgraded Mother Base.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the primary complaint from people is that whole thing because they don't want to have to babysit that while they're trying to play the game because apparently people can go in and take your
Yeah, it's
resources.
like Dark Souls. You can get invaded, and if you're not online to defend it,
Yeah,
they just can take all your resources and kill people.
yeah,
I want no part of that.
yeah.
I'm
kinda
gonna
don't
play in offline mode. I want absolutely no part of that.
either. Yeah,
I spend too much time gathering shit for some dickhead to come in and
Come in and
clean
take it
house on me.
yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, I really wanted to get to that point.
And I'm not
to play
interested
it.
in doing that to anybody.
Right.
I feel bad.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Corey? I know you said you were interested in the online stuff.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun raiding somebody's stuff.
Yeah, but what if yours gets raided? Wouldn't that piss you off?
But isn't it the kind of thing where you only put what you want there?
I don't know.
I think they can kill anybody. Well, you have like right now. I think I can lock 32 soldiers on Mother Base that can't be killed.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they can kill, because at a certain point you're mostly Fultoning guys that have A and B skills, and I don't want to lose anybody.
Yeah. Especially not those.
Because the level
Those
of
are
your
hard to
your R&D or support or intel will go down.
Mm.
You start losing guys.
Do you guys level up at all?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. The things level up like on their own if you don't add anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if they level up a little bit.
The soldiers?
Yeah, I know if you go visit them and raise the morale, that helps level up your levels for your.
I remember I
different things.
accidentally knocked somebody off a platform and it dropped the level
Oh really?
of my intel or something.
Doops.
Yeah. He must have He must have drowned in the ocean.
I was pissed.
Did he thank you on his way down?
He just kind of yelled. Smack.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're supposed to visit Mother Base fairly frequently to raise morale, like you said.
I shower too.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
I'm
shower.
I'm usually covered in blood.
Yep. Same here.
Are there more? I did the one target practice mini game at Mother Base. Are there more of those kind of things?
Every
Yes.
base you build.
Yep.
Yeah, I like
They're
that.
hard though.
Only one of them's hard, I think.
The first one I did was super easy. I've done 4 of them. I've only beaten 2. 2 of them were like hard to find where the little
really?
things were. One of them I only
Were
was
they
able-
both on the command platform?
No, one was. I did one on the command, one on the R. I think the R&D one was the one I had the most trouble with. I think I only found like 20 targets out of 35.
I think it was the command platform, maybe.
That one, the first one was really easy. They were all like right there.
See, my first one wasn't.
Okay,
Unless I went to a different platform.
maybe
I don't know.
you might have.
But I did 2 that were really easy,
Okay,
like on the med bay.
yeah.
They're all target practice though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you guys gotten the animal conservatory built?
I don't think I've built it yet. I started extracting animals.
You don't
when I
have the
played.
conservatory.
I don't think I do. Do you have to build it separate?
Yes, at a certain point, like it'll tell you that it's been built.
Okay.
You don't have to actually.
Oh,
do it.
okay. I might have done it then. I know they talked to me about the animal conservatory.
They did.
I just haven't gone to it yet. It
You
must
can
be.
go to it.
Okay, I'll have to
Like
do that.
if the helicopter picks you up, if you click return to mother base,
Yeah,
and
it'll
then it
give you-
shows you the platforms, I think it's like
It's on
triangle.
there. Okay.
It's a whole separate thing. It's pretty awesome. It
Okay.
has everything separated into like herbivores and things like that, and you can pick up tapes. If you go down to where the bears are or the wolves are, you can pick up a tape of a wolf growling or a bear growling,
Nice.
and you can use those recordings on your iDroid.
Oh, really?
Yes, to like get
when people are
attention
near?
from soldiers and shit.
Oh, wow.
Did you notice on your iDroid you have a recording? Maybe you didn't pick it up of a guy taking a shit.
Yes, I just found that because I missed it the first few times I was in that one area.
Yeah, I guess
And I
if
picked
you
it up the
go
most recent
if
time.
you go in what, like Porta-John and you play that, if a soldier's near you, I don't know what it does, but I guess it's pretty funny.
Nice.
Yeah, because your iDroid gets speakers on it, like you can do with the helicopter.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can play your recordings for animal sounds or whatever.
that's awesome.
Yep, they
love
thought of everything.
I love all those little weird things that are in this game.
What song are you rolling with on the helicopter?
Silence.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say mine's silent.
Silent.
I
How do you
want.
resist all the great '80s music?
I want like the Forrest Gump soundtrack.
I play "Take on Me" by Aha.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking I might change it when I finally find "Jailbreak" by Thin Lizzy. Tonight there's going to be a jailbreak. I like that one. It's got a Metal Gear feel to it. But the music is fucking great.
It is great. I
It's
agree.
so good. When the helicopter starts to come in, you hear it getting closer and closer, and it's "Take on Me" by Aha playing your helicopter. It's just so stupid. I love it. And you can hear it sometimes, like when Quiet is in her cell, they play music for her, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's, something like that. It's so good.
Nice.
Do you guys spend the time to find the blueprints in the missions?
A little bit.
Is it worthwhile? I mean,
Sometimes.
is it the only way to get certain blueprints?
Yeah.
It probably is. But the only thing is, like I said, once you figure out the kind of stuff you want to use, you're not going to spend the money to unlock the other stuff.
Yeah.
When
It's
you
kind
get
of
a
a waste.
blueprint, is it automatically unlocked, or do you still have to pay for it?
I think you still have to research it.
If you still have to research it, then fuck it.
Yeah. I keep hoping I find something great, but I really haven't to this point. Because I don't, a lot of times, especially when I'm doing one of the main story missions, I don't spend a lot of time exploring everything. Because I mostly.
I'm trying to get the fuck out.
Well, yeah, because exactly, because I try to do those stealthy.
Yeah.
And, if you leave a body someplace that you're not really comfortable with it, like being hidden there, you try to get your shit done and get out of there.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm the same way. And like I said, Corey, once you figure out your loadout, you probably are only going to vary from it one or two guns depending on the mission, like Dan was
Yeah.
saying with the rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll take a sniper rifle. Sometimes I take a rocket launcher. Sometimes I take out my stun auto rifle for a silenced auto rifle that will actually kill people. But yeah, I think for the most part you'll find what you like to use and just roll with that. And then, like I said, the only ones you really need to worry about unlocking are the ones that you can equip for your staff members.
How does
Yeah, I
that
have-
work? Because I've researched a couple of those.
They equip them automatically, I think, right?
As far as I know.
Do
I
they?
hope so.
They don't need them though till I go online, right?
I'm not sure. I feel like they might.
Yeah, because I don't know why exactly this happens, but I always have fights break out amongst my staff.
Yeah, and they go to sick bay.
Yeah, I think having my soldiers with like stun gear is going to help that. So
Do
I'm gonna,
you? What
stun
I've
gear.
gotten in the habit of is every now and again going through my staff and seeing anybody who's toxic, or there's a
Okay.
certain word for it, and then I just dismiss them.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I haven't looked through that stuff.
Yeah. If you go
I
to,
usually-
sorry, go ahead.
I usually only look at their rankings on everything, and if I see somebody who's down low,
Like a D.
yeah, and
or
somehow
C.
got put in the wrong spot, I change it. But it's pretty accurate for the most part.
Yeah.
How many different languages are there in are interpreters super valuable? Because I've been sort of trying to do those missions.
I
Yeah,
think so.
Yeah, because when you like capture a soldier somewhere and interrogate them, if you don't speak their language, you can't extract information from them.
So if you
Okay.
haven't captured an interrogator that speaks that,
Yep.
then you don't know what they say.
Yeah, because I screwed up when I first went to Africa. I screwed up that mission where you get the guy who speaks Afrikaans.
Afrikaans, I think, sounds right.
Afrikaans. I screwed that up, so they put it in the side ops. I had to do it on a side mission because I think I killed the person that I was supposed to extract.
I had
blew
to
it
do
up.
both too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know I didn't end up getting the person that you were supposed to.
I'm almost positive I did get the person I was supposed to, and
Okay,
it still made me do the side ops, and I was confused by it.
Okay.
Maybe it's a
see that.
glitch. I don't know. Or maybe there's 2 different dialects. That could be it too.
Yeah.
Who
maybe.
knows?
Yeah, but if you're gonna be
That
trying
turned
to
into a
interrogate this
bloodbath.
I've had a few that
That
have done
mission.
that. The most recent one I did where you're supposed to get the Viscount. That was
I count. Oh,
thi-
that might be the last one I did.
I think that's the last one I did. That was a bloodbath.
Which
I got noticed and I killed like 30 people, I think.
is he up with 1 guard?
I don't know. Everyone died pretty much in that mission for me. That was one I really, really botched.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing well in Africa.
I haven't either. I extracted 2 of the random prisoners that you could get that were just like floating around. But
Where they?
no, I did get the Viscount. He was kind of hidden somewhere.
He was off by himself with 1 guard, I think.
Yeah.
Up on a hill.
Oh no, he was in a house for me.
I don't fucking remember.
But that they could have moved in there because I screwed up the mission. I was supposed to.
Mine was
I
definitely up on a hill with 1 guard.
Okay, yeah. He might have gotten moved.
I
I
ended
said.
up killing everybody.
So did I. And it was like 30 or 40 people.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
it took a while. I got killed 2 or 3 times. I was actually thinking about taking a break today because I was getting frustrated with it.
Yeah.
With that mission, but I kept going and I ended up just killing everybody.
Yep. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
Sure.
I actually I have a loadout for like just straight up combat
When shit hits
situations.
the fan.
Yeah. I have my stealth one and then I have the combat one with all my like with my rocket launcher and,
I need
and
to
heavy,
make-
heavy weapons.
I need to make another loadout because
Yeah.
right now I just have the 1.
Okay.
And like, if I ever need a separate weapon, like there's been a couple times I've called for just a rocket launcher
Yeah.
or something like that. You
Yeah.
know,
Good stuff though.
this might be my favorite game of all time.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
Wow.
I can see that.
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I cannot get enough of it. Like, I don't ever play a game for 30 hours and like not get burnt out by
And
it.
can't wait for more.
Yeah, there are a few games that's happened with.
Nice.
Bloodborne maybe was one of them.
Yeah.
I didn't get burnt out on Bloodborne. I just stopped playing it, and that's one of those ones that's hard to go back to.
Yeah.
Dark Souls. That's really it.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely love Metal Gear Solid 5.
I couldn't be happier with it. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Like I said to you guys, I can't even believe it's an actual game. Like
Yeah.
you can literally do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And it's just so somebody in one of the Facebook video game groups I'm in, he put it best. He said, "It's the game I never knew I wanted."
Yeah.
That's how it is for me.
Yeah.
So
What's going on in the story? Like, I have no idea.
who
what's going-
cares?
Well, that's
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
that's kind of how I feel about it too. I was going to try to follow it because I'm not really familiar with any like much from Metal Gear because like you, I only played the first Metal Gear
I watched
Solid
a
for
primer
PlayStation. Yeah.
on IGN. They did like a 5-minute primer,
Yeah.
and I kind of got familiarized, but I forgot it already.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going on. I know that there's the bad guy.
Yeah.
I don't know about the fire dude,
Yep.
the little creepy dude that's with the fire dude,
Yeah.
who I supposedly is Psycho Mantis from
Psycho
another
Mantis.
game.
Yeah, that's
I
from
don't
the first Metal Gear Solid. Or was it the second one?
I think it's from the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about any of that shit.
That's how I feel too. But I also don't care.
Yeah.
You know.
In one
No,
ear,
there-
out the other.
But
Yeah.
from what I hear, like, there's an ending,
Yeah.
kind of like Batman, and then there's an ending.
Oh, gotcha. Depending on how much you've done.
No.
It unlocks.
Okay.
Like, the credits will roll, and then there's, like, another 10 missions that are, from another podcast I listened to, basically described as similar to other missions you've already done, just in different ways. You have to do them. Like, there's already a loadout set for you have to pick up,
Okay.
or stuff like that. So yeah, I can't remember exactly how many missions there are, but I want to say it was in the 30s where you'll see the first credits roll.
Okay, I was gonna say I knew it was in the mid 40s of
Okay.
how many missions overall that you have to do.
Yeah, and then there's like another 10
Okay.
where you get the actual ending, which is supposedly like crazy.
Okay.
From
Gotcha.
what I understand, that because when you see the first ending, you're just be like, well, shit, and like nothing was tied up, and then I guess the actual ending is crazy.
Gotcha. Huh. Cool.
Quite a game.
Yes, it is.
Quite a fucking game.
Well, I just think it's crazy that I've played for 23 hours and I'm only 22% completion. I'm like, how much is there in this game? I think a lot of it's unlockable stuff, right? I mean,
the thing is like I don't even feel overwhelmed by it.
yeah.
Like I just go do my missions. There's not any filler really. Like I guess the side ops are kind of like filler, but it's not. It doesn't feel like filler like other open world games have.
Right. It doesn't feel like even though they're repetitive and kind of uninteresting side missions, it's more about like how you do it. Yeah, that's the fun of it.
Yeah,
that's
and using different buddies. Like you can go back and do a side op. You can redo any mission, really, not side ops necessarily, but a lot of them, like you said, are similar. But you can go redo a mission if you used Quiet on one. You can go back and try it with the bipedal and see if it's any different for you or how it works better, and improve your ranking for your skill. There's just so much you can do and different ways to tackle everything. And,
and that's the fun of it for me.
Oh.
I'd like to see some speedrun times for this game because I feel like if you know exactly what you're doing, you can get through this game real quick.
I'm sure there's some people that have or are working on it.
Yeah. Like the 4-hour speed run.
Do you think this game will crack either of your top 10s?
Highly possible. For me, yeah.
It's even possible for me. I like it that much.
Fucking amazing year for video games for me because like this one, Bloodborne, Rocket League, and Heroes of the Storm all came out this year, and like I've played the shit out of those 4 games.
Yeah.
And they're all just so good in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what a good year it's been. And Fallout 4 still coming. Battlefront still coming.
Yeah.
Apparently Mario Maker's real good too.
See, here's the thing about Mario Maker that has kind of... I don't want to say I'm not excited for it, but maybe I'm not excited for it. And that's because I will not be able to create a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play what other people create, but the second half of that game really does not appeal to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not creative.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe I will like it and it's user friendly enough for a big doofus like me where like I will be able to create something cool. Who knows?
It is Nintendo.
But you know the thing about those Nintendo games, they're a nice package to have.
Yeah.
You know?
You won't trade it in, most likely.
I haven't traded in any of my Wii U games.
Yeah.
But Metal Gear 5 is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everyone should play it.
Definitely.
If you haven't played Metal Gear 5 or Metal Gear series, you should still play it.
Yeah.
It's a can't miss game of the year.
Oh my god, yes.
Definitely. Miguel actually, I don't know if you put this in feedback.
I did.
But okay, I'll talk about it when we get there then. But he wanted me to like badmouth it, and sorry, man.
Is there anything you guys don't like about it?
I mean, the only thing I can think about to complain about is the side missions.
How they're kind of repetitive.
They're repetitive, but again, that doesn't matter because it's not about the side mission itself. It's how you complete the side mission that's interesting, and all the weird random things that can happen to you in the process of completing said mission. So
I have one complaint top of mind. I don't like how long it takes to like get in the helicopter and then go back to the base and like get out of the helicopter. That's kind of a pain in the ass.
Gotcha.
Because you do it a lot.
Yeah.
And like getting picked up by a helicopter all the time and moving to a different spot because running to each waypoint can take a while.
Yeah.
And actually another podcast I listened to, something I hadn't thought of was to listen to all the cassette tapes while you're running.
Oh, there you go. So you're at least
you have something keeping you entertained. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which I hadn't thought of, which was a really good idea for backstory.
My cassettes remain untouched.
I started listening to mine today. But at the same time, I don't really listen when they're released.
Right.
Did you want to talk about the quiet thing?
Yeah. Real quick though, if I had to find another like complaint, some of the menu stuff is not. We had a feedback about this too, specifically that like equipping the helicopter, which you asked me about. I had to look that up because I didn't know how to do it. Some of the menu stuff is a little bit weird and like not in a place where you'd think it would be. So there was that, but that's
There's
really
just a lot of
minor
menu.
nitpicky stuff. That's that
I have a couple little things too before we move on.
Yeah, go ahead.
No audio options, and as someone who tries to stream this game on Twitch, that's really annoying.
Oh, the volume levels.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist in the game.
Right.
There is no way to adjust the volume level in game.
Corey, did you? Because you're also playing on PC. Have you had any issues?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not one.
It's actually really weird to me that I have not I haven't had a crash. I haven't had a frame. I haven't even had a frame rate hiccup.
Nope.
It's I don't even know if I've had a single slowdown, which is amazing to me.
And my God, does that game look good?
It looks fantastic. Absolutely, the graphics are unbelievably good. But I read like a comparison on frame rates, and like even on older hardware, this game runs exceptionally well. I think it should be a standard on how to do a PC game. You know,
Should be a standard on a lot of things in video gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. Because really, like, other than some server issues when it first launched, which again I didn't care about because I don't care about any of the online stuff at all.
Well, you know what? There is going to be a second online portion of this game.
Yeah.
Are you guys interested in that at all?
Probably not. I mean, I'll probably give it a shot just because I like this game so much. But
you know what?
I just don't get
what is it?
It's online shooter, third-person shooter.
Yeah.
Oh, no co-op?
You know what makes it? No, I don't think so. It kind of made me think of like Last of Us, what that online was like, maybe, because there's a little more to it. Like it's gonna have gadgets and shit in it, which a lot of them don't. Like cool gadgets. And Last of Us multiplayer, I don't know if a lot of people realize how good that was.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this game, especially since it's not something that got tacked on and wasn't ready, that they're taking their time with it and they're going to add it on at a later date. That it's actually going to be really good. I hope.
Yeah, I kudos to them for doing that. That's great. That they didn't just put it out and have it be a turd.
Yeah.
And have no one be interested in it. Rather, do it right, get it out later.
And you know what? Honestly, there's no reason they couldn't do it that way because there's so much game to the single player. Like people should get through that.
Yep.
Or at least mostly get through that.
Yeah, before they even think about the online.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't need that going on.
Yeah. It runs fantastic though. Like I said, I haven't had a single even frame rate hitch, which is unheard of. It really is. Well done. Well done, Konami and Kojima Studios.
So fucking good.
But yeah, go ahead. We were gonna talk about Quiet. There's a lot of complaints about Quiet's attire.
Her lack thereof.
Yeah.
Attire.
Yeah.
And I guess we don't necessarily need to spoil any of the story.
No.
But they do say why she doesn't have any clothes on.
Yeah.
And, it may be kind of a lame thing.
It's a little bit lame. I agree.
It's kind of lame, but at the same time, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, we don't really care at all. Me and Eric were saying that if it was Quiet was a dude that wore like skin tight short shorts and
or
that's it,
or like a Speedo bottom or something,
we wouldn't care.
Who
It's
cares?
Fine. We don't care. It's fine. So
that's our piece.
We don't need to talk about that anymore. That's people getting upset over crying over spilled milk.
Yes, I agree.
Or mountain of a molehill, whatever. Anyway,
there's a lot of lame things in this world. Quiet's dress is the least offensive to me.
Yeah.
And you know what? Aside from her dress and everything like that, I find her to be a very interesting character.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, because you like staring at her boobs.
Yeah, I do. But that's not why she's interesting. She's just an interesting character.
It's beside the point, Corey.
Yeah.
It is.
I know.
It's secondary. It doesn't matter.
She's a one hell of a badass too.
She is a badass.
So I don't want to hear.
Lara
anything about
Croft
that.
couldn't hold a stick to Quiet.
No, she couldn't. No, Lara Croft wouldn't get anywhere near Quiet before Quiet put a bullet in between her eyes.
And I like that her name is Quiet.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
it makes sense.
Totally.
Okay. Any other thoughts on Metal Gear?
No, everyone buy it and play it.
Easy recommend.
My God, yes.
Easy recommend.
I'm sure we'll talk about it for weeks to come.
Yeah, I wanted to have it finished by this week, and there's no way in hell that's gonna happen.
Nope.
Like I said, not at 23%, and like a third of the mission's done probably. So.
And from what I understand, a few of the missions are pretty frustrating.
Yeah, I had one that was kind of frustrating, but once I approached it from a different angle,
I did have
figured
one
it out.
more question.
Yes.
You know how each chapter or mission has the credits before?
Yeah.
How do you feel about it kind of telling you who's in each chapter?
Yeah. Honestly, that's usually when I look at my phone.
Okay.
I have looked a few times and saw some character names, but for the most part, like it doesn't mean anything to me, I guess. Because I didn't know most of the characters anyway.
I don't either, but now that you know who the bad guy is,
Oh, gotcha. You'll know if he's in it.
you know
before-
ahead of time if he's in it.
Oh,
Does
gotcha.
that spoil anything for you?
Not really. Only
It
because
doesn't
like I said,
spoil any of the tension for me. Like, if anything, it makes me more nervous.
Yeah, like
which
oh my
adds
God, he's
to
gonna
it.
be there.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I usually look at my phone
yeah, fair enough.
when that happens. Yeah. Corey, what do you think about that?
Those names mean nothing to me, so I mean, yeah, even in the context of the game, I just don't really pay attention to it. I guess, it could kind of spoil some stuff, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so that's it for Metal Gear. Like I said, I think we're all very, very, very happy with it. It's quite the game. I mean, I think I'm gonna buy it. Like I've been playing Will's copy, but I think I'm just gonna buy it because I like it that much.
It's definitely going to be top 3 for me. Possibly number 1 game
of all time.
of all time,
Nice.
overtaking The Last of Us.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get right into Nibblebits.
Actually,
shall
Dan, can we take a quick break, or you guys can go on without me? I got to make a quick phone call.
No, we can take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be back in just a moment with Nibblebits. I'll give me a second to write down the times.
I forgot to call Mom.
Oh, geez. I hate not having Will here because Will does a good job with the notes. I mean, I like to have him here anyway, but
Right.
he also does a good job with the notes. And I can read his handwriting, which is also important. Because I sure as hell can't read mine.
No.
That was a good, solid Metal Gear Solid 5 talk. About 50 minutes worth.
Nice.
At least it's not as hot down here as it has been, too.
No, thank God it has cooled down because, jeez,
I spent so much time in Mom and Dad's pool these past couple days.
it's been brutal.
Yeah, it has been, definitely.
Jake, what's new, buddy?
What's up, Jake? Jake, I meant to tell you, if you want to ask me about Ark, just send me a message on Steam. I forgot that that's probably the easiest way to contact me. I haven't played it, obviously, because I've been playing a ton of Metal Gear, but I'm hoping I can get Metal Gear done in the next week and a half or so, and then finish off Final Fantasy and Valkyria Chronicles, and I'll have those big RPGs out of my way. And then I gotta beat Pillars of Eternity too. Jesus. Luckily, there's not a lot coming out in October, though.
No, I'm actually really happy about that.
Me too. I wasn't at first, but now I am. Hopefully, I can clear my slate before Fallout comes out.
Do you know who Brian Overman is?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's my mom's cousin.
Jake said happy birthday.
Thanks, man. 32. Old fart.
Dang. Means I'm right behind you.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it, and it's weird that Graham was probably the oldest person in our whole grade.
Yeah?
Because he turned 32 in March. So he was 19 when he graduated.
Graham's just a whole different ball of wax, isn't he?
Yeah.
I miss Graham.
I do too. I want to play Risk Legacy with him.
Didn't somebody do the tweet about the Fallout 4 season pass?
I did.
Okay. We'll talk about that, Jake.
I didn't get that much information on it, but I have some of the stuff. Some of the stuff on it. And then Pokemon Go, which I want to talk about. We should have patented that idea because we talked about that 3 years ago. maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it! Another one of our genius ideas
Gone by
the wayside.
But didn't we want it in virtual reality?
No, I think we decided we wanted it cell phone augmented reality.
Oh, did we?
I think so.
Did we really say that?
Yep.
Wow.
It was
Good for us.
It was very prescient. I wish I could go back and figure out what episode that was in because I would love to re-listen to it. I wonder if Corey has any idea. Probably not.
I hope I can find that amiibo tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope you can too. That's a sweet, sweet looking amiibo.
Going out on the hunt for the first time.
Hey, if you gotta punch people, you gotta punch people.
There you go. If you gotta get arrested for a Mario Pixel amiibo, then you just do.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. So they're doing the wool Yoshi amiibo, but they're also doing giant wool Yoshi amiibo. Are they evil bastards or
They
what?
are evil bastards. When do those come out?
I think it's after the regular Yoshi amiibo. Yeah, wool Yoshi amiibo.
Well,
comes
did
out.
those come out with the game?
I think so. I feel like you can get them in Japan already,
I think you're right.
but I think they're coming out like closer to the amiibo release. They're not region locked too, so you can import them if you want to. But I'm not going to do that. I think that one's like $22 just by itself.
yeah.
It was in the 40s at first, but I think were just Japanese imports. I think the actual, United States releases are going to be in the 20s or maybe even 20.
Hey
I
guys.
want to know if anybody's going to get the Shovel Knight amiibo.
I'd like to. I don't know. It depends on finances and when it comes out. It's really cool looking.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I don't know. I might. I didn't like Shovel Knight all that much.
Yeah. I have it on my 3DS. I want to go back to it at some point, but
It is a cool looking amiibo though.
yeah,
I just really want that retro Mario one.
it's awesome. It's really awesome. All right, Corey, ready?
I'm super excited for Mario Maker.
Are you?
Yeah. I knew I wasn't going to be home, so I had it shipped to the homestead
Oh, there you go.
tomorrow. And,
So you play it at Will's.
no, I'm going to bring my Wii U.
Oh, well, yeah,
Fuck
because
that.
you're gonna want to save your stuff.
Yeah.
Can you make me some bitchin' levels, Corey?
Yeah, dude. I'll make you easy levels for your easy mind.
No, they don't need to be easy.
I'll make them real hard.
I'm looking forward to it too, Corey. I wasn't at first, but when I watched some at E3, and then I watched the treehouse for it this evening, I'm like, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Play that with the kids around too, which is great.
Yeah.
So, all right, here we go. I wrote the
Wait.
Okay.
Sorry.
Gotta get a drink.
I wasn't even going to talk about it on the podcast. I played a little Splatoon today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
The update.
Game's awesome.
Yes, it is. We got to get Will to play so we can do at least a 3-man team. So I play that a couple times a week, probably. A few matches here and there.
It's a really good game.
Yeah. So it's like I said, when I heard about the idea, I'm like, oh, that's kind of stupid. But
Most Nintendo stuff.
they made it work. I don't know how. And I put like 53 hours into it or whatever I've played.
That's crazy.
God damn them. I think I'm up to 105 in Mario Kart.
Jesus.
Go, 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 go.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 216 of Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in our Nibblebit segment. Corey, we're going to start with you.
Yeah. I got a number of nibble bits.
All right.
The Witcher 3's first expansion, Hearts of the Stone, has a release date of October 13th. According to CD Projekt Red, the expansion lets you choose your own way. This is a quote. The expansion lets you choose your own way through an adventure that includes recruiting a crew of break-in artists, spending a night partying with a ghost, and outsmarting the most bizarre creatures Geralt has ever faced. Dan?
Sounds good. I'm going to get it at some point.
Yeah.
It depends on because I was telling Eric during the break. I don't think you were here, but I want to clear out my games I've already played schedule and like in late September, early October. So if I get all that done and set, then I'll go back to The Witcher 3. But otherwise, I'm probably just transitioning to late October Guild Wars 2
Yeah.
expansion.
Yeah.
That might be a good time for me to get into Guild Wars with you.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm going to start playing. I'm going to try and start playing like early October just to get my muscle memory and stuff back. I want to do a new build too, and to get that figured out. But
Did I tell you I remembered my password?
oh, did you?
Yeah.
Good, so you didn't have to wait like 4 days for customer service to get back to you on.
Right. I mean, I could have emailed customer service 2 months ago when I originally tried,
Right.
but I just waited 2 months until I remembered it.
Good.
Good for me.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, I've been popping into that game and playing for an hour or two here and there, just to kind of get a feel for it again. But man, was I out of practice.
We're still talking Guild Wars, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll need some hand holding.
Eric, are you going to play The Witcher 3 anymore?
Not the DLC. I may go back to the main game at some point.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I'll do for Extra Life. I'll just play The Witcher the whole time.
There you go.
Might get
well,
boring.
not if you don't like it though. You're gonna want to play games you like. For
They're still fixing it.
I guess
It's too bad we can't play Rocket League together.
Yeah, that would. I could do that
if-
for easily like 4 or 5 hours.
Same.
At some point.
Moving. Go ahead.
I'll look into that, but before we get into the next one, I'll look into that and see if they have a time frame on when that patch is coming out.
Yeah.
Or when that update. Go ahead, Corey.
Hopefully sooner than later. Oh,
Yeah.
did you see? Speaking of Rocket League, we'll talk about Rocket League in a little bit. Blizzard is adding 2 new features to curb player toxicity and Heroes of the Storm. The first one is a new abuse reporting categorization system. I guess the last one was pretty broad, so it wasn't targeting, the specific issue. So this one, you list whether it's abusive chat, intentionally feeding, AFK/non-participation, cheating/botting/hacking, an inappropriate name, and just plain old spam. Did you ever report anybody, Eric?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
For what?
Being a dick.
Yeah. Is it as simple as just clicking report and then?
Yeah, then there's like a menu afterwards. You have to pick something.
Okay.
It is, but
Yeah, I don't know. This might be live as of the most recent patch. Maybe not. And the other thing, sorry.
no, I was gonna say they put a patch out 2 days ago with a new character.
Oh, okay, that might be it. And the other thing is that there are new penalties for repeating or for offending players, and the penalty is called like a silencing. Then what they'll do is for people that are repeat offenders, they will be silenced in chat. They can't communicate other than like in party chat and stuff like that, but any other means of communication is nixed. The first time, 24 hours. And then if they keep being bad, it's doubled every time. So the second time would be 48. The time after that, it's 96. Yeah, did I do that right? Yeah.
Yep.
And just doubled every time.
I like that.
With no max limit.
Huh.
So the
So you
real assholes.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good.
Someone I follow on Twitch just started playing Heroes of the Storm. It's kind of been fun to watch. Makes me want to play it again.
Yeah, I watched some today. Actually, watched somebody play it.
Yeah, it's neat to see. This person had played League a little bit, so it's neat to see.
Did they like it?
Yeah. Yep.
What's not to like?
So-
I want to play the new character, Rexar.
Oh, it was Rexar that came out. Cool.
Speaking of Heroes of the Storm, Blizzard is changing the max party size for Hero League matches to 2. I believe it was 4 before.
Yeah, why are they doing that?
So I read a little bit about it, and apparently what they boiled it down to was just communication, in that like parties of 4 left an odd man out, and if that person didn't want to do what the rest of the party was doing, it sounded like BS to me.
Stupid.
It
That
did.
is stupid.
I think the real reason is that parties of 4 were too good, and it messed with their rankings.
So this way they can do 3 and 2. Was that the reasoning?
No, it's just parties of 2 is the max party size now going into Hero League.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
So you're gonna have 2, 2, and 1. So somebody's still the odd man out. That's fucking stupid. That's
Yeah.
one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. My friend texted me the other day and told me that they did that, and I was like, "What? That can't be right."
Yep,
But it turns out it is right.
It should be 3, because then you could do 3 and 2.
that makes sense.
That would make kind of make sense anyway.
I seriously, I think the reason is because parties of 4, like they're pre-made parties and they're just like too good So even if their rank is low, because they're so good, you know what I'm saying? Like it just
Yeah.
kind of messes with the rankings a little bit. So they're like
I don't know.
playing.
I've been in plenty of parties before where we got our asses thoroughly trounced.
Yeah, that's true too. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
But that sucks
Off,
for
but-
us though. Like if I have 3 friends that want to play together in a ranked match, because quick match is stupid.
Yep.
If you're playing with experienced people, we have a friend we just discovered plays this game, who's like really highly or lowly ranked, whatever way you want to look at it. He's good. He's really good. He plays a lot. And like, if we want to play 3-4 people together, we can't, unless it's quick match. And quick match sucks.
Yeah, that's where noobs play.
People are terrible.
Have you seen any of the like community response to this, Eric?
No, I haven't.
I'd be curious. I should get on the subreddit and see what people are saying.
It's fun to roll over in a quick match sometimes, but
Yeah,
you know, it just when it's ranked, it brings a little more to the table.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's more there.
Stakes.
Yeah.
I agree. Totally stupid. And that's coming with the next game update, which I think is now live. So
Yeah.
bummer for that. Good news for Dan on the week of his birthday.
Oh yeah,
Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is coming to PC January 15th, 2016. The Dark Arisen version is the re-release and expansion that came to PS3 and 360. For the PC version, there is a slight graphics boost. I think the word they used was fidelity
Yeah.
boost. Also, we'll have Steam platform support, gamepad, and mouse and keyboard support, and will be $30 at launch.
Nice price point.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
I've been begging for this for years.
You buying that, Dan?
Oh yeah, that'll be day one, definitely.
All right.
That's definitely day one.
I gotta buy something on Steam to thank everyone.
Even it out.
I have bought like so few games this year.
Yeah,
It's all right.
I guess, I mean,
that's what happens. I mean, I feel guilty for playing Will's Metal Gear Solid. I'm probably just gonna end up buying it
yeah.
because I like it so much.
Yep.
So
Although don't tell my girlfriend, but I did drop the $55 on Mario Maker.
Oh yeah.
yeah, dude.
You do,
You
yeah.
gotta
It's
get yourself a treat sometimes. Damn it.
Sure. Yeah, I can't pay my bills, but sure as hell can get Mario Maker. Shigeru Miyamoto confirmed to Eurogamer that Pikmin 4 is in development and is almost done.
I feel like I should play Pikmin 3.
Pikmin 3 was good, not great. I think I like the first one the best. I'll be interested to see what they do with Pikmin 4.
I don't think I've ever played a Pikmin game.
Yeah, I played the GameCube Pikmin, the original Pikmin, which was good.
I don't like Pikmin. I like it. I like the idea of it on paper, but in practice, I just think it's super boring.
Yeah, I mean it works well on the touchpad too. That kind of helps a little bit,
Yeah.
as opposed to GameCube, which didn't have that. So I'll be interested to see what they do with Pikmin 4.
Well, at first I heard the news and I'm like, didn't the other one just come out? But turns out it came out in 2013.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Like it'll be probably about 3 years in between.
Yeah,
Didn't specify which platform. Might be an NX thing.
Oh, maybe.
Man. I don't know.
maybe an NX launch title.
Mobile.
Could be.
Mobile platform.
Yeah. iPad Plus.
Ugh.
Are we gonna cover that? The new Apple stuff?
Why? What's
Okay.
the cover?
I'm with you. I agree.
All
That's why I
same
didn't
bullshit.
tweet it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dan hit puberty
My
again on his,
voice-
on
my
his
vo-
32nd birthday.
My voice cracked.
Psyonix
Regressing. Go ahead.
Psyonix posted the patch notes for the next Rocket League patch. Consecutive ranked matches. So right after you finished a ranked match in the past, you'd have to go back to the title screen and just search it all over again. But now there's an option right after you finish a ranked match to find a new ranked match.
Which is a good update.
Time saver.
It
Yeah.
was just a silly. I mean, that should have been in the
Yeah,
original.
what were they thinking with that?
I
Can you
really don't know.
possibly imagine?
Oversight. They just didn't.
How?
I don't know. They just didn't.
How do you not have an audio option in Metal Gear Solid 5?
My argument there is, Corey, Rocket League is pretty fucking bare bones, as great as it is.
Yeah, but imagine the
Metal Gear's got a bit going on.
imagine the budget difference. And
Well,
the
yeah.
team size, like what's the Rocket League team? Like 14 people?
Is it that many? I thought it was under 10.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid is
Under 10.
probably over 200. Also, the ability for PC players to filter out PS4 players. Do you know why you'd want to do that, Eric?
I don't know. Is keyboard mouse
Control differences. I don't know.
better? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I
Maybe
can't
that's
see
why.
Competitive advantage.
I can't see it being better.
Yeah.
But that's me, and I play with keyboard and mouse for a lot of games. Like controller for that one all the way for me.
I get real impressed by some of the aerial. Like some people don't miss their aerial hits.
That's crazy.
Are they using keyboard and mouse and they're like at a party that I wasn't invited to?
I have
What's
no idea.
Cronovi playing? What's he rolling with? He's the big Rocket League guy.
I don't know.
You ever watch him?
No.
I was watching him in I think it was either 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 tournament. Him and some friends against some other people. The nonchalantness from which he just flies from aerial to aerial was incredible.
Yeah.
He can just see it from halfway across the map and just fly right where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Impressive stuff.
Well, Corey, I had heard that PS4 players can filter Steam players out of their game too, so maybe it was just adding that functionality for PC players too.
Oh, like a we versus them kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if that's there. I mean, you have to ask Eric, but apparently you could
Eric
do that.
doesn't know.
Yeah. It doesn't make a difference for me.
Also, the launch of Season 1 for Ranked, so now's the time to get in. No more of that preseason stuff. Also, a music player to switch tracks in-game. I don't really care about that. I think I turned the music off in my game.
I did too.
I kind of forgot there was music in it.
Whenever I have music on it, I put the Spotify app in the background on my PS4, and they usually put Dropkick Murphys on.
Nice.
That's good Rocket League
Yep.
tunes.
Yep. Typical bug fixes, and the addition of Chivalry Medieval Warfare flags. Probably some sort of
There's
brand
some other
partnership
flags
there.
put in there too.
Yeah, I have a Team Fat flag.
Yeah, do you know
Nice.
what that's from?
No.
Kind of Funny Games with Colin and Greg.
Oh, I gotta get rid of it.
I like those guys.
I do too. Rivals, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are they? I think they'd laugh if they heard you say that.
We're in a different league.
I'm actually flying the YouTube gaming flag right now.
Nice.
Oh.
Pioneering it.
What do we got to do to get a Thumbstick Athletes flag in there?
Well, remember, that's one of the things I was really hoping for was customizable flags.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Especially with our
Maybe
new
I
logo.
maybe I should tweet them.
That'd be a good way for them to make money too. Like I'd pay $10 for a Thumbstick Athletes flag in game.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Yeah. It's a great idea.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Especially since they favorited and retweeted our video.
They did indeed. They
Hey.
LOL'd at it.
Yeah.
If I remember the tweet. And then I don't know if you guys saw the I think it was Kotaku that reached out to Psyonix about the lore of Rocket League, like who's driving the cars.
Yeah.
And they replied saying it's purposely a secret right now.
That's
They're
awesome.
not saying whether they're full-size cars or RC cars or what the deal is. And now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought of it until
Neither
I
did
saw
I.
that.
Same boat. Now I'm interested in finding out what the deeper aspects of Rocket League. That's
Yeah.
I don't give a
Fantastic.
shit about that.
I want to be a Rocket League lore master.
speak the language and everything. Like the people that learn how to speak Elvish or
Klingon.
Klingon. Yeah.
Final Fantasy V is coming to PC September 24th. Any interest?
No.
No. It's not one
No.
you play on PC. I'd play this on my phone, which I did. But I don't need to play this
I
on
never
PC.
hear you guys talk about Final Fantasy V.
That's Final Fantasy 2, right?
No,
Or was okay. See, I
four's
don't have
two.
any experience with that then.
5 was originally just a Japan thing, but then it came out with. I think it came out in one of the PlayStation. Was it Anthology?
Yes, Final Fantasy Anthology.
That's right.
Was 5 and 6.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's where I played it. Good game.
That tactics on it too, that disc?
No.
No. It's 5 and 6. They had a greatest hits for tactics,
Okay.
and then PSP War of the Lion.
Yep.
I think it was PSP.
Yep, because I have that for Vita.
Okay.
My last bit of info, a little bit of trouble in the games coverage industry. Machinima influencers, the people that make YouTube videos, got in trouble with the FTC this week for deceiving, quote, deceiving customers with Xbox One endorsement videos that they were paid to create. And this is according to the FTC.gov website. A California-based online entertainment network that they didn't name, but is Machinima, has agreed to settle Federal Trade Commission's charges that engaged in deceptive advertising by paying influencers to post YouTube videos endorsing Microsoft's Xbox One system and several games. The influencers paid by Machinima Inc. failed to adequately disclose that they were being paid for their seemingly objective opinions, the FTC charged.
It's good.
Sketchy.
Yeah,
Sketchy shit.
That's very sketchy. I'm glad that they came down on them like that.
Yeah, and
Just an example.
Just to reiterate our stance, we have zero relationship with the video games industry, and we plan to keep it that way.
Yeah, none of our stuff is paid.
Nope. Everything we buy, we don't interact with PR people to get free games. We don't get paid trips to review games and these little boot camp getaway things that they do. You know, it's all we consume the games the same way our listeners do.
Yep. Buying them or borrowing them from friends or renting them.
Exactly.
They finally put current gen in Redbox.
Just now?
As of like a month ago.
Wow.
At the Redbox where I work, at
That
least.
took forever.
Jesus.
Yeah. Huh.
So yeah, apparently it was just a slap on the wrist, and don't do it again, and they're required to disclose this information in the future. They've always been required to disclose that information.
They just didn't do it. Right?
They just didn't do it. Well, I guess what the issue is if you're like a celebrity, I mean, this is kind of a gray area too for YouTube influencers, but if you're a celebrity, it's pretty much assumed that if you're endorsing a product, it's paid. It's paid like you're a paid endorser. But when it's these YouTube influencers, they seem like regular people, so it's like deceptive advertising because they're being paid by Machinima to say these nice things, which I guess is against the law.
Right.
I don't know. It's murky though, because this whole YouTube stuff and social media influencers stuff is relatively new, and it's just a matter of ironing out the details and stuff like that. But still super seedy. If I ran a YouTube channel and Machinima paid me or Microsoft paid me to say favorable things, I would disclose that. I would say,
I would feel guilty about not disclosing that.
yeah, what is wrong with you?
Wouldn't you think you'd feel guilty about taking advantage of your viewership?
Absolutely.
Because you're a good person, Dan.
That's true.
Aren't many of them left.
I would never do that. That's horrible.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a pot to piss in, and I would never take money to say nice things about a company.
I'm with you. I haven't had a paycheck in over a year.
I'm going to get you a pot to piss in, Corey.
That'd be nice. No, what's my coworker always says, doesn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of.
Yeah. That's a great thing.
That's a great thing.
But yeah, that's some silly nastiness, and I'm glad to see that it came out and they were outed.
Yep.
So that's all I got.
Okay. Eric, what do you got?
I got 3, Dan. Since we were doing Metal Gear, I thought it was only right to talk about a game-breaking bug.
Oh, yes.
It would be wise to not take quiet with you on missions 29 and 42. I'm not really sure why, but this can cause you to screw up your save file. And that would be a lot of work that you've put in if you are at mission 29 or 42.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Well, I'm, like I said, 23 hours in. and
Mission 15.
Mission 15 or 16, maybe.
Yeah. So keep those in mind. That's out there on the internet. Actually, when it first came out, I took a picture of it so that I would know what missions not to go on with her. That's strange, but I guess they're working on a fix for it. Okay. No timetable for that patch. Xbox put some new information out. Actually, it's not really new information. They put a nicely wrapped package out of information about their new update that's coming in November. This is going to be the big overhaul with the Windows 10 focus for the Xbox One. The biggest thing, obviously, is you're going to be able to play your 360 games on your Xbox One through backwards compatibility. There's going to be a new guide that's supposed to be much quicker in and out of apps and things of that nature, which will be nice. They are optimizing the store to help you find things quicker, which is big because right now the store is a hot mess.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the balls.
The whole menu was a hot mess. On
Yeah,
the Xbox.
basically the whole thing is. And from everything I've seen, it looks a lot better.
Good.
A lot smoother. It's supposed to run really well. Getting in and out of parties is supposed to be a lot better. So that is coming out in November. They're going to start rolling it out to preview program members before that. I think this month, actually.
Okay.
And from what I read, they're going to focus more on preview members who have given them a lot of feedback in the past, at least to begin.
Right.
So if you are in the preview program, be on the lookout for that. I'm really actually excited about this because I think it's going to make the Xbox One a lot better.
Yeah.
So, and my last one, to celebrate PlayStation's 20th anniversary, PSN has a really nice sale going on right now. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls Ultimate Evil Edition on PS4, if you are a PS Plus subscriber, is only $29.39. That's a great game. One of my biggest surprises the year that came out. What else? Knack is on sale for $16. That's okay. Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. You can get both of the Metro games, Last Light and 2033 Redux, for $7.50 a piece.
That's a great price.
I know you guys are huge fans of those.
Yep.
The big one for me was Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, for $24. I bought that today. Couldn't pass up on that one.
No, that's good stuff.
But yeah, some really good stuff on there for PS4. There's a lot for PS3 and Vita also. So check that one out.
Sounds good.
That's it.
All right. My first one, Fallout 4 has detailed its season pass. It's going to be $30 for... We don't know. They didn't go into detail because they didn't want to spoil anything. Apparently, the DLC is all going to be like story related stuff. So we don't know exactly what's going to be in it. So, despite my love for this game, I will never buy a season pass for anything before I've actually played a game.
I'm not buying a season pass either.
Yeah.
I like how they snuck in the description. We don't know what it's going to be because we're too busy working on the real game right now.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's because you know better than to say, this is what we're working on.
Yeah. So, but they are also going to do free regular updates,
Like Witcher did,
which is good. Probably with what the Witcher did, adding small things
nice.
here and there. Yeah, definitely. And then the creation kit is going to launch early next year, so that'll be for the heavy modders and stuff. They can use all the mod tools and stuff.
And there was
next year
clarification also that the mods are coming to PS4 also. Okay,
good.
But it'll
good
be after Xbox.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So timetable on that, TBD.
Yeah.
And then my last nibble bit, and one we predicted many years ago, Pokemon Go was announced. Now, Pokemon Go is going to be an augmented reality mobile game. So essentially what you're going to be doing is they showed a little a teaser trailer for it to kind of give an idea what the game is. But apparently, you just be walking around, you come across a Pokemon in your daily jaunt, and they're going to have a wristband. I don't know if it comes with the game or if the game is free. None of that details has been announced yet, but apparently you have a wristband, so you don't have to be like looking at your phone when you're playing the game. So if you're near Pokemon, or apparently if like a battle is going to happen, you have this little wristband, or I guess you can put it on your belt loop or whatever, that'll vibrate to let you know that there's something going on with Pokemon, and you capture Pokemon that are around. There's apparently events, like at the end of the video they showed a Mewtwo that attacked, I think it was in Times Square, and a bunch of people ran out of there and started flinging their Pokemon out to attack this Mewtwo, which people are like, how horrible, like it's a mob that's just attacking this Mewtwo. I feel so bad for it. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
That sounds fantastic.
I agree with you, and we talked about this years ago.
We described this exact thing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I hope they didn't, or if they did take our idea, that they at least give us credit for it.
Yeah.
Because this was years ago. I want to say it was like 3 years ago when we talked about that exact same thing.
Yep.
But it was funny in the comments, like the person was like, in the comments in the article, someone's like, yeah, I'm gonna be the only like 35-year-old to be playing this, and everyone's like, no, it's gonna be all ranges of people. You're going to have your 8-year-old kids that are going to be doing this, and you're going to have your 35-year-old 400-pound neckbeards that are going to be playing this too. So
I'll be doing it. I'll wear the wristband all day.
Oh, that wristband is so dorky looking.
Yeah, it is.
I'll wear it. I don't care. I don't go anywhere anyway. So
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm very intrigued in what this is going to be about, and I got the impression that it's going to be the type of thing where certain Pokemon are going to be specific to certain locations. So
Yeah, I think so.
which is awesome. Like I said, we talked about this in eerie detail years ago, and I wish we could figure out what episode it was.
Do you have to have that fucking wristband?
I mean, I think you could like put it in your pocket. Like, I think it's just a thing, like almost like a Fitbit. You know the Fitbits?
Yeah.
You can have it in your pocket, or you can put it on
Why
your belt
couldn't
loop.
it just look like a Fitbit?
You could probably paint it. It doesn't. I don't know if it has to look like a Pokeball.
No,
I
but did
guess.
you see the actual bracelet?
Yeah, but I think, like I said, I think that thing comes off the actual bracelet.
Oh,
You can
does
like
it?
put it in your pocket,
Oh,
or
okay.
like on
That's a little
on
better.
necklace, or on your belt loop. I think like a Fitbit. That's the impression that I
Like a
got. in it.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, exactly like that. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm excited for.
I will say I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll give it that.
Okay. Yeah.
I still want
I
a
wanna hear more
Pokemon
details.
MMO.
Yeah. Well, that came up in the comments too.
Did it?
Along with, well, here's the end of the world as we know it. I wonder if it's going to actually like start real fights. Someone's Pokemon gets knocked out.
You know
and
it'll be huge
and
overseas.
People are going to be duking.
Maybe.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, it should create some funny video.
Yeah.
At very least.
I'm excited for it. So, that's supposed to come out sometime next year. That's all. That's the only details.
So
we got
how
on
do
it.
you have to look through your phone to see
Yeah.
them?
Yep. It's you hold up your camera. Your camera phone. The Pokemon will be like wandering in the distance or whatever.
Yeah, they will.
And yeah. So but the wrist thing, I guess if you have it on your wrist, is the key to it all. Because like I said, Nintendo said they didn't want you like looking on your phone all the time, so that'll vibrate to let you know that something's going on, whether you're going to be involved in a battle or a Pokemon to catch or what have you.
Battle.
That's kind of cool.
Yep.
There's battling?
Yep. Battling events, like I said, with that Mewtwo, that was in. I think it was Times Square. I know.
When is this? When can we
2016.
experience this?
That was it. So.
I
But to
wonder.
me,
Go ahead.
this is what I want to see out of Nintendo Mobile. I don't want to see them make.
This isn't even part of
shitty-
what the.
I know it's different. It's specifically the Pokemon company, and Nintendo's making the hardware for the wristband thing. But that's all they have to do with it, really, which is cool.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of stuff I want to see from Nintendo, like interesting things in the mobile sector, and not shitty microtransaction laden, crappy mobile games.
Pokemon Shuffle.
I don't even mean that specifically, but
Yes, you do. You just described it.
Angry Birds 2,
Yeah, that's what it is.
X Candy Crush Saga.
That's
anyway.
what it is.
That's it for Nibble Bits. How was your week, Corey?
Good. I missed last week.
Yes, you did.
Don't have too awful much to talk about. I did some trade-ins. Got rid of my 3DS.
Yeah. Welcome to the party.
XL Red.
How much did you get for it?
111.
Okay. Where'd you trade it in?
Amazon.
Okay.
The best part about it, here's what I traded in. I traded in Monster Hunter 4, got $18 for that. Mario Kart 8 got 24 for that. Super Smash got 24 for that. Probably should have put those up on like Craigslist or something. Probably could have gotten like $40 for those each.
Yeah.
Traded in Etrian Mystery Dungeon, which I got $14 for, which is pretty nice. And then my new Nintendo 3DS XL, I got $111 for. So a grand total of $192.77. And I did all the trade-in stuff online and got the shipping label and everything. Kind of forgot about it. And it sent me in a reminder saying, you need to ship your stuff today. We still haven't gotten it. And it was the last day I could have shipped it, September 8th, which was Tuesday. I got out of work at 3, and I had until 5 to ship it. And I was running around the house trying to gather everything together and couldn't find a box to fit everything in. So I took a cereal box Shoved it all in a cereal box, slapped the labels on it, wrapped it in duct tape, and dropped it in the UPS box.
Nice.
So hopefully everything gets there. I don't
Have
know
you
if it
tracked
will.
it?
What?
Have you tracked it? Did it ship and everything?
I have no idea.
You can track it.
I
Just go into
didn't. Yeah, I could, but that's.
Go into your
I'd
trading
rather,
account and you can track it on there.
I'd rather be. Well,
Surprised.
all right. I guess I could do that, Dan.
Only because I recently went through all this when I traded in my NVIDIA Shield tablet.
Delivered as of today at 11:30 a.m.
Oh wow, that was fast. So yeah, it'll take like a week. You probably won't find out next week, but the week after how much your trading stuff was worth.
Yeah.
Takes a little while.
I think I'll get the full value. The 3DS XL had no marks on it.
Yeah, it was
You know,
brand new.
I had all the original packaging.
Yeah.
And everything else, the condition was just good. There wasn't even an option for like new, so I
Yeah.
think I'll be all right. Although I couldn't find my charger. That was a separate thing, but I was going to trade that in, and they were going to give me $1 for it, but I couldn't find it, so I just didn't ship it.
Yeah.
Did you see now they have new Nintendo 3DS XLs with a charger, and it's called the Charger Bundle?
Oh, for
really?
fuck's sake.
Is
Right?
it more than
I don't know if it's more,
You're
but just
kidding me.
how ridiculous.
The Charger Bundle.
the Charger Bundle?
Yeah, you might want to get this one. It comes with a charger. Like, well, thanks, because it
You'll
should.
be able to use it with this bundle.
I had
Yeah.
to spend an extra like $8 on a chart. I think it was 10.
Yeah.
How stupid.
So did I, Dan.
I forgot how bad that whole thing was.
That was a bit of a debacle. Really was. Because if you wanted to trade in your old system, you had to trade in the charger.
It's offensive, is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. Part of me wants to use that money to get a new video card.
I was
think-
just going to ask.
This is probably the time of year to get a video card, from what I understand, is like September.
Yeah. I haven't heard when Nvidia is going to announce their new cards. Were you going to wait until the new line of cards comes out, or were you going to?
I don't know, because I'm not going to have a lot of wiggle room, like money-wise. Probably just going to be able to, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I recommend the 970 as far
Maybe
as
I'll just sit on it. I don't know.
as far as your bang for buck. That's one of the best you can buy.
Well, I'm going to trade in my Wii U or sell my Wii U as well after I get sick of Mario Maker. So,
Well, I mean, you were going to go on video, right?
I don't know. Not necessarily.
Yeah, because if you're going NVIDIA, if you go up from the 970, it's the 980, which is double.
Yeah.
So you're looking at, instead of 300, you're looking at 600.
And I won't be
And
affording a
it's-
$600 video card.
Well, not just that, but that it's not going to help you with 1080p games. That's more for high resolution monitors like 1440p or 4K.
Yeah.
Or that's what that's for. You're not going to notice a significant frame rate increases in 1080p.
I'm still
For now.
kind of happy with what I have.
7950 was a good card.
It's not like I haven't had many like frame rate issues or anything like that in games.
Yeah.
The Witcher 3 is probably the only one that like I couldn't put everything all the way up and play the game
Yeah.
at least 30 frames per second.
Right.
That's been the only one that I've had to kind of lower things down and mess around with it. But
Did you pre-order Fallout yet?
no, I don't know if I will. Just play Will's copy. He's got more important things to worry about.
That's right.
Yeah, he won't be playing much of his copy. Well, he might.
Oh, is he getting it for PC?
I think he's getting it for. Didn't he say he's getting it for both?
I don't know.
Is he really?
I think he did.
He
Why
loves
is he
himself some
doing that?
Fallout.
I don't know. Yeah, it's his favorite thing.
Labor Day weekend was real nice. Went up to the Adirondacks. Did not have service for like 3 days, which is awesome. And all I did was bobbed up and down in the lake,
Oh,
and it was just beautiful. And didn't have to worry about what was going on in the world. And it's a really nice lake too. It's really secluded. There's not too many cottages on it. We kept going every day. We went out to this little island in one corner of the lake where there are like no cottages, and just like hung out on the rocks there and just chilled. And it was just so quiet, and I don't know, just literally put a life jacket on and just like bobbed up and down in the water.
that's amazing.
Perfect storm style.
That's my favorite day would just be floating in a lake somewhere,
Yep.
peace and quiet,
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah. It was beautiful. And then Dan, I wanted to just briefly mention I ordered eyeglasses from Goggles for You.
Oh, did you?
I did, yeah.
Nice. How was your experience so far?
I haven't gotten them yet.
Okay.
I ordered them a couple weeks ago, and I got an email saying it should arrive in about 5 days. I was like, all right. And so in
Five
about
business days.
what?
5 business days.
5 business days. And then 5 business days came, and then I got another email saying your order has shipped. It should come in 5 to 7 business days. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. So
It usually takes about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks for
Okay.
me to get my glasses from there.
yeah, I took a chance. My girlfriend picked out the glasses. I don't really know how they're gonna work. I like how they do the virtual, like try it on virtually
Yeah.
thing, where you can upload a picture of yourself, and it'll show you what the glasses will look like on you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
The
It is
first
kind of cool.
the first pair is kind of a crapshoot because like you don't know what measurements are gonna look good on you. Like, my first pair, it was like I said, a crapshoot, and then after that, I could kind of by size
Yeah.
picture what they look like on my face. But I mean, what did they cost you? Like $11?
It was 25.
Oh wow, you must
Well,
have
I
got.
paid for the anti-reflective.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
don't know if that's necessary. I read online that it's not going to hurt anything. You might be happy with it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I have my glasses really reflect a lot. So.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was worth it, but I sprung for that, and then I don't remember. I didn't get any other add-ons, but
Okay.
I measured my what's your ocular distance?
8 pupillary
8.
distance,
Pupillary distance. Yeah, that's big.
or is it 7.5? It might be 7.5.
That's big. Why are your eyes so far apart, Dan?
Because I've had glasses for 20 years.
Average is
A lot more than that.
no. It's just the measurement between your pupils.
Yeah, I know. But I think my glasses have spread my face out a little bit.
Average is 6.4.
Okay.
Mine's 6.2.
I
So a
mean,
little bit
mine's not-
smaller than average.
Still
but
talking about pupils here, Corey?
pupillary distance. Yeah. Slightly below average. PD.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to I've never had glasses before, and honestly, I don't really care how they look because I'm only gonna wear them when I'm driving somewhere I haven't been. So I haven't been somewhere I haven't been, like when I need to see road signs and stuff like that, and then like at hockey games.
Yeah.
I don't really need them other than that.
Yeah.
But it'll just be nice to be able to see things that are far away.
And it's nice not to spend hundreds of dollars too.
Yeah, good deal overall.
I usually get a pair or two every like 6 months, and it never costs me more than like $12 for a pair of glasses.
So what do you go get an eye exam?
Yeah, I do an eye exam every like 2 years, and then you just enter your prescription in the thing. And like I said, I have measurements. Like I usually order large or extra large size frames for like distance, or for I think that measures how wide they are.
Okay.
And then size wise, like I try to get approximates from my first pair that I ordered from there. But I've had like probably 8 pairs of glasses from there.
Wow.
They've all been good.
Yeah.
I was worried actually the first time I got an eye exam the first time I got an eye exam after I'd gotten a pair of glasses from there, I was worried like they messed up my eyes or whatever. But they had only gotten like a teeny tiny bit worse over like 4 years since I had my last eye exam. So it didn't negatively affect my vision at all.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'll try to wear mine as little as possible.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yep. Going blind.
Sure. Comes with age.
Comes with age.
Would you rather go blind or deaf?
Shotgun? I don't know.
Jeez, that's a tough one.
For years, for me,
Probably deaf.
I'm thinking deaf.
I would think deaf too.
that's where I used to sit. But the more I think about it, I feel like I'd feel much more secluded if I couldn't hear.
Yeah, I don't mind feeling secluded.
You know?
That'd be fine. I mean, I already have really bad selective hearing.
Plus, it kind of when you're deaf, it kind of messes with your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people that you don't even know are blind until they pull out their little cane or they
I
tell
don't
you
know.
they're blind.
I wouldn't want to not be able to see stuff.
Me either.
I think I'd rather be able to hear, honestly.
You couldn't play video games.
Sure you could. Just not
If you
ones
were
you had to
blind?
see. There's games for deaf people.
Yeah,
Or
they're
blind
just
people.
really fun too.
Voice commands.
Okay.
Finally found something useful for the Kinect.
There you go.
Well done. All right. Anything else, Corey?
Nope.
What do you got, Eric?
Not too much, Dan. Excited for the start of football season this weekend.
Yeah, me too.
It doesn't officially kick off until the Bills play, of course. And let's see. My fiance was nice enough to buy me the PlayStation 4 wireless gold headset, and I really like it a lot. It's great. It's got an internal mic, so you don't have the stick in your face the whole time.
That's nice.
I like the customized settings for certain games. The Destiny one is really, really good. The sound is just fantastic on there. They don't have a Metal Gear one. I was hoping.
Maybe eventually.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Patch it in.
There's a Bloodborne one that I should give a try.
Yeah.
But yeah, really recommend those. I did a price match at Best Buy because they were on sale for like $75 on Amazon. Took it in and got the price match at Best Buy, so that was nice.
That's awesome.
It's perfect. It works out so well. But yeah, I think other than that, just been watching more Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Okay.
Great.
Nice.
Yep.
Write that down. Okay. Yeah, I got to take notes since Will's not here. It's kind of
Bill.
all right. As for me, Corey, I meant to tell you I finally finished Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That from because I want to do a hangover as soon as possible while it's all still fresh in my head. But boy, was I depressed for a few days afterwards, after the events of the last episode of season 5.
Yeah.
It's just down in the dumps.
Yeah.
Devastated.
Yeah. But we'll hopefully do a hangover within the next week or so
Definitely.
while it's all still fresh.
I got to refresh because I haven't done any Game of Thrones since the season ended. So
Yeah, well, I can see why.
yeah.
Totally see why. Just think of anything bad that could happen in the show, and it happened in the last episode of
Sure.
season 5. What else did I have going on? Me and the wife signed up for the Best Buy Gamers Club, which I wanted to talk about because me and Eric talked about this in our Kick Chat earlier this week. If you buy physical copies of games and you have a Best Buy near you, do yourself a favor and sign up for the Best Buy Gamers Club. It's $30 for 2 years. You get 20% off new game purchases,
Which makes them $47.99.
which makes them $47.99. We have to pay tax, so it ends up being like $54 or something like that, right? We have unfortunately high sales tax, but I won't go there now. But yeah, like really that pays for itself if you buy 3 or 4 games. It'll have paid for itself already. Me and Eric kept saying like, you expect a negative thing or a catch in the deal, and there really isn't one. You get Eric was saying a lot of games that you buy, you get a $10 credit for, a $10 coupon.
The bigger releases. So if you pre-order, like, for instance, this year, like Battlefront or Fallout 4,
Yep.
you get a $10 credit, which comes in the form of a coupon you can print out, or they can scan it right from your phone. You get it 2 weeks from the day you purchase, not 2 weeks from the day you pre-order, from the day of pickup of game.
Okay, gotcha.
It comes in your email.
Yep. So you can use that to put towards other games.
Which makes it $37.99.
Yeah.
It just goes in a circle.
Yep. You also accumulate points, which you can put towards coupons, right?
Yep. Every 250 points, you get a $5 coupon.
Yeah. So we pre-ordered Mario Maker, and we pre-ordered Skylanders, the Skylanders Superchargers that's coming out in, two weeks, a week and a half or whatever. Great deal. If you have a Best Buy near you, seriously, and you buy physical copies of games, you can't beat that.
It's fantastic.
You really can't. So there's that. The only other thing I had going on this week is my son started school, preschool. Yeah. It was yesterday was his first day, and we took him and dropped him off. And like, I remember when I started preschool, sobbing and crying and screaming and holding onto the door frame, holding onto my mom. Did not want to go. I hated school from the day I walked in till the day I graduated. So when we got him there, he was kind of cool with it. Like, I was surprised. He was just kind of go with the flow. Like, he seemed a little reluctant, but he was like, whatever. So we dropped him off, and when I picked him up, apparently shortly after we left is when he got upset, and he was upset for like the entire day. So I was like, God damn it. But I not wanting to put my hatred of school on him, I tried to be upbeat about it, be like, you're going to make lots of friends. You're going to have fun in school, which I know is complete bullshit, and I think he sees through that. I feel bad actually being dishonest about it, but like, I don't want him to have the same experience I had in school, which I just hated it. And it's not for any other reason than I just didn't want to be in school. You know, I wasn't bullied or anything like that. It's nothing like that. I just didn't like school.
Well, why would you?
Yeah, well, like, exactly. So today when I took him, it was the whole screaming and crying when I dropped him off. But luckily, the teacher said after about 5 minutes he had calmed down and was good for the rest of the day. So that's good. So I'm hoping I don't have to fight with him tomorrow when I take him to school. Man, I don't like school one bit. School is such bullshit.
It's the worst.
Did you get a little PTSD though, taking him there?
Oh God, yeah. Well, anytime I go near school, I get PTSD. I get freaked out and stressed. I'm a very calm individual, but even I get like nervous and like I don't know. It's weird, but I hated school that much that I still kind of freak out about it. It's weird that I
don't feel like I learned a damn thing.
I really didn't. I mean, most of the stuff I've learned from watching the History Channel and reading on my own. You know.
Yeah.
Because I like doing that, but
I learned more in the week that I listened to Nick Offerman's Gumption.
Exactly. Or Dan Carlin's Common Sense or Hardcore History. Definitely.
I just listened to a real good, I don't know if you guys listen to the TED Radio Hour. It's a podcast based on TED Talks.
Sometimes.
They had a really good one about education and how in this day and age, like the way we educate children is way outdated.
Oh, yeah. Was it Ken Robinson by any chance?
I can't remember. No, it was some Indian guy.
Okay.
And by Indian, I mean the country of India.
Really good education TED Talks.
Yeah.
It's same. Yeah, but my wife is she's a teacher, but she's also right now back in college to do administration. So she's kind of going through that, how they're trying to like rework our education system so that it's not so outdated.
Yep.
So that's good. But yeah, it's crap. I wanted to get your opinion, Corey. What was your experience like, especially starting school? Do you remember?
I remember being dropped off at kindergarten very well, and I remember having the frog in the throat, but not crying.
Oh, I cried and screamed the entire probably first week.
Yeah.
Kindergarten. It was traumatic for me. I even remember getting dropped off at pre-K and screaming and crying.
Yeah.
That's how traumatic it was for me. So like I didn't want my son to go through the same thing. You know, I was a little bit proud of him too. Because after his first day, like he was okay with going back. You know, he's like, okay, I'll go back tomorrow. It'll be fine. And then when we were brushing his teeth last night, he was like, I don't really want to go to school. I didn't like it very much. And I was proud of him. I was secretly proud of him. I was like, yeah, you see through all this stuff, don't you?
Dan.
But I didn't want to let on that I was proud of him. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know, man.
Not a good experience.
School, I mean, I don't think anybody likes school. Some people like what comes with school. Like people like seeing their friends all the time and being able to flirt with guys and girls and, you know, that kind of stuff. And people, you know, that play sports like being able to play their sport, and people like dances, and people like, I don't know. But because you're not a social person, all that stuff that comes with school that happens to be social, of course, like there's nothing good to come out of school for you.
Yeah, well, that's not entirely true, actually, because Val really loved school. But she was also an only child that lived on a hill with nobody around. And her parents, like, were always working. So she was just by herself all the time.
Yeah,
so for her, school was an escape.
Because it was social.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. But she was also kind of nerdy and like learning and stuff. I like learning, too, but I like to learn on my own.
Yeah.
Reading.
Yeah.
I hated homework. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm getting angry.
Dan, nobody liked homework. Come on, you make it sound like
people like homework.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do.
You're crazy.
I don't like homework.
Yeah, but nobody anyway. Likes homework.
Well,
you're not special because you don't like homework.
Well, you know, it's the whole thing. Yeah. It's crap. Just like I said, the whole school thing just brought all that back up. You know, this suppressed memories.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's always athletics.
Because I was talking to our sister about it too, and she had the same experience as me, maybe not quite as drastically. But
why don't you homeschool them?
Well, we're wondering about doing that, but we're not sure.
Yeah.
We'll see how he does after a little while. You know.
You just don't want him to be a recluse, you know.
What?
Homeschool,
Yeah.
schooled kids
No,
sometimes
definitely.
don't
They're a lot of times socially.
adapt.
Yeah.
Get him into sports.
We'll
Yeah.
see. He doesn't really like sports though. That's the thing.
Shit.
I know. I've tried to get him into sports, but he doesn't have much interest. So there's that. But that's all I have for my week. Should we get right into what we played?
Corey?
I mean, I've had to pee for the last 30 minutes, but if you want to, I can run and pee.
Break.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break and be back with what we played in just a moment.
All right. I'll be right back.
It's starting to get hot and sweaty here. 142. Corey's full of crap. People did like school and doing homework.
Oh, absolutely.
Those people are few and far between, but I won't mention any names, but I specifically remember some kids in our class saying that they loved homework. Teachers' pets type of people, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure if I mentioned some names, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that person loves school."
I was
loves
just trying to
homework."
think of one.
Again, it's suppressed memories. I try to forget all that stuff, but it was all drudged back up.
Let's see, who's teachers' pets? I don't even know if this is true, but the first name that came to mind for some reason is Brandy Compton.
Probably,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Amanda LePage.
Yeah, LePage.
Loved homework. Loved her some homework. You know, people like that.
Jake suggested the homeschool route.
Yeah. The problem is he won't learn anything from us either. I've tried to teach him, like I said, some of the sports things. We've tried to teach him how to write his name, which he could do with just a little bit of coaching. Reading too. He doesn't want to learn it from me or my wife.
No,
he's stubborn.
needs a more structured thing, maybe.
I don't know. He needs a slap in the face.
Slap upside his head,
Boy,
children.
I always threaten to give him a whooping.
Boy,
I'll give you a whooping. Which I'm sure he's going to say in school at some point. You know, boy, I'll give you a whooping. Yeah.
that's funny.
No, but I one of the reasons why I wanted to homeschool is because, especially with teaching technology and stuff, like the schools just don't do it.
Oh, I know.
Not even close.
I
It's not
downloaded that TED Talk that he was talking about.
Okay, yeah. Technology is just going to get better, not worse,
And a bigger part of life.
Yeah, exactly. And schools they can't keep up. So, but we'll see. He ends up liking school. I mean, I'm not going to pull him out of it, but I can't see him loving school. I can see him being okay with school.
Yeah. I was listening to Podcast Unlocked, the Xbox one.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about the old days of Halo LAN parties.
Oh, that was the best.
God, it brought me right back.
God, that console was huge and heavy too.
So were the
And then
TVs.
taking those freaking cathode ray tube TVs.
God almighty, those things like gun cabinets.
Yeah. I remember I had a 19-inch. It was travel friendly, but then it's not as easy to play on those,
Right.
because it's kind of small.
And then we'd have
Oh, yeah. Pizza and Mountain Dew. That's all we ate. The pizza would sit out for 2 whole days, and we'd eat it for 2 whole
just
days.
pick at it.
Yeah.
2 sheet pizzas, bacon.
I remember, like going to Jared's on a Friday night after
Oh, yeah.
school and staying there
The weekend.
barely eating, other than a little bit of pizza, just drinking Mountain Dew, not showering or sleeping the entire weekend, and leaving his house Sunday night.
Leaving it a mess.
Leaving it a mess, being a mess myself.
His
That was
parents
great.
were cool as shit about it,
Yeah,
too.
they were. They weren't even there most of the time. I feel like they were just gone.
Yeah. Having barbecue upstairs. Right, Corey?
Needham's?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want.
Jared, what's for dinner tonight?
I mean-
Barbecue.
I mean, we made fun of Jared for that, but that's the kind of parent I want to be.
Is it?
Just have my friends over all the time and barbecue every day over the summer.
To a point.
Yeah, I mean minus all the alcohol all the time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The good parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The playing cards and barbecuing every day.
That does sound like fun.
They were.
Those were the days.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
At the house. I'll never forget the time I walked in there with the Enrights. Walked in. Jared wasn't home. Just went downstairs. Barb said hi as we walked by. We came back upstairs. Each of us had like a television in our hands. All of Jared's stuff.
You always leave me out of that story. I was there too for that.
Were you there? I only remember the Enrights. You know why? It's because the Enrights made a bigger deal out of it than you did, I think.
Oh yeah, and they made a big deal out of everything.
Right. So that's why I remember them being there. But like, it was just amazing. She never asked, "Hey, where are you going with Jared's shit?" She's like, "All right, see you guys."
Yep.
Yeah, the end. Jake says the end of the weekend. You're as greasy as the pizza.
Oh man.
If not worse. Feeling like shit.
Yeah.
Ready to do it again in 5 days.
Nerve shot too, because you'd been playing
Hours upon hours of Halo.
and it was stressful every second of it.
Picking on Kyle.
Sidewinder, capture the flag.
Yeah.
Best. I mean, it got no better than that.
I feel like some of those matches were like 3 hours long because we just couldn't capture the flag.
You could tell me they were 8 hours long, and I'd believe you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But when you did capture, celebration.
Forget it.
That was good stuff. All right, here we go. 5, 4,
Spruce up.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 216 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in what we played. I'll go first. I don't think I played anything. Did we talk about something that I played? I don't think I did.
No.
I think I only played Metal Gear.
As far as I know, that's all you played.
So I'll pass it on to Eric. Eric,
Okay.
what did you play?
Let's see. Played some more Rocket League. I've been playing with my friend Billy, who's been on the podcast before. We're getting a pretty good rapport down. We did pretty well in 2-on-2 yesterday. We did a little 3-on-3 and some 4-on-4 with some friends. Did well. We played again today. Did not do as well, but that's how it goes in those games.
Matchmaking coming around to bite you.
People are good, man.
Yeah.
People are really good at that game. You know what it is? I think I play too defensively. So, like, I'll stay back in the goal instead of going out for the ball in the corners and, like, digging for it. And I feel like the teams that dominate in the corners win. I don't know. Corey, do you find that? Do you think
It's also the people who like don't wait for the ball to hit the grounds, the ones that can just do the aerial hits. Like those are the good ones.
It doesn't even need to be an aerial hit. It can be like they just jump half a second before you.
Right. So they hit it right before
Yeah,
you.
they just do it, they have that timing down. Still loving Rocket League. So good. Like I said, I got NHL 16 access through EA Access. I played two games this morning. They start you out Blackhawks versus Lightning. I don't know. It seemed like NHL series to me. Biggest change I noticed was while you're playing, like say you're in a face-off, it'll tell you or suggest to you which way you should do the face-off. So it'll say you should lock the player up or lift the stick or use your forehand, whatever. And it does that with everything, like passing, shooting. It'll tell you when you should shoot. It'll tell you if it was a good shot. It'll show you like a bullseye target. I think you can turn all this off.
So I was gonna say it's coaching you while you're playing.
Basically.
Okay.
I kind of liked it. It is a little overwhelming though, and it like puts too much on the screen sometimes.
Gotcha.
Because like when you pass it, it puts like a line across the whole ice to whoever you're passing it to, and it's kind of weird. But I did like it. Like it's cool seeing where your shots are targeted and if it's actually where you wanted it to go and stuff like that.
Right.
Really fucking hard to score goals. Really hard. I don't know how you ever score in that game. I scored one nice one off of a rebound like you would actually score in a game. I don't know. It was okay.
Did you see the mascots?
I did not see any mascots.
Playoff beards.
Sabres don't make the playoffs.
Dynamic beard growth.
I don't know. It was all right. Whatever. It's a hockey game. I played Destiny 2.0. Right when I logged in, I guess what happened was any bounties that you had left remaining got wiped, and I think they got wiped as if you had succeeded. Oh. So I got an exotic and a legendary weapon right when I logged in.
Nice.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
I went and bought some new gear. I guess now I'm not too familiar with all of the updates that happen with it, but I guess now it's more of a straightforward experience-based leveling.
Gotcha.
Which is nice.
Rather than the light levels. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, there is still a light number. I'm not really sure what it is. I think they just didn't want to do away with it completely because they had it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's more just straight up experience based. Like I gained a level playing the Crucible, which was nice. I didn't have to get any gear to level up.
Right.
Played in some new maps that I'd never played before that were fucking awesome.
Nice.
The maps in that game are so good.
Yeah, I did like the multiplayer maps. They were nice.
So good. I'm actually pretty good at that multiplayer. It's fun. I really like it a lot. Looking forward to the Taken King. I pre-ordered that today. Got that all squared away.
We're going to do an episode on the Taken King.
2 weeks.
Not next week, but the week after.
Right. So if any listeners would like to play
with
me, I'd love to. Because my guy's level 28 now. Seems like you can level up pretty quickly in this now. So I'd like to do some raids. Still haven't yet to do any of that. And that's supposedly the best stuff in the game. What was the other thing I was going to say? Shit. Oh, I guess there's a one-time thing where when the Taken King comes out, you're going to get an item that allows you to level up to 25.
Oh, so if you're below. Is that the recommended level for the Taken King content?
I guess. I'm not really sure. So I'm excited about that because right now I only have one character.
Oh, gotcha. So you can level up the...
Yeah, I'll try another character. I don't know if you can do it for all three classes or what the deal is, but I don't know. Really still like Destiny. I remain intrigued by that game.
Yeah.
And the last thing I played was the FIFA 16 demo came out. And it is really, really good. I'm excited. They slowed it down a little bit so it's not as arcadey, which I think they needed to do because speed was everything in those games before. It seems to me like one of the bigger weapons this year for goal scoring is going to be the low cross in as opposed to a high lofting the ball across the goal. A hard low cross because the strikers seem to be making a lot of runs to the far post, which is nice because that's kind of what they do in the game.
Right.
And the passes seemed a lot smarter than they have in years past.
Nice.
So always looks good. Presentation's always good.
Yep.
The one neat thing after the match is over, they put up like this menu, and it's set up in squares where each goal that you've scored has a picture of who scored it, and you can just watch that replay real quick, and it's like seamless. It's really nice, and it'll be a good way to share clips too, because you can just save that clip right there. But I really like FIFA 16 demo. I think it's going to be another good installment this year, so pumped for it.
Nice.
Yes.
Good.
That's it for me.
All right, Corey, what do you got?
I have nothing. I only played Metal Gear and like Pokemon Shuffle on my phone. Nothing really to talk about with that. It's a good time killer. Play Hearthstone every day, just doing my daily quests, opening more packs. Still not getting any legendaries or anything worthwhile. Nope. And same with Eric on Rocket League, just here and there, plugging away at that. So nothing new, nothing super interesting.
All right. Shall we get into feedback then?
Yeah.
I'm just taking the times.
I don't think I miss anything, Dan.
I feel like I played something else that I wanted to talk about, and I just can't come up with what it is. I don't know. Wii U. It would only be on the Wii U or the... it doesn't matter. Moving on. I don't think I have my email on this phone. I forgot my tablet upstairs. Well, actually, I didn't bring it down because I hand wrote my notes today.
I can give you the gist of a couple of them.
No, I'll call it up. I've just got to go into the browser and bring it up, which is a pain in the butt. But, I'm unprepared, so.
That's all right.
As usual.
It's the name of our game, Dan.
Yeah. Well, our one of our mottos is
temper your
expectations. Absolutely. Because I don't have the bookmark. Dead air. I had another thought on. You know how Kotaku posted that article about an easy way to win the quiet fight? Do you remember that?
No.
There's an easy way. I won't. Well, I guess I can spoil it now, because it doesn't work anymore. Apparently, you could do a supply drop on quiet and knock her. I think twice and knock her out. That does not work.
It
anymore.
doesn't.
I think they must have patched it and fixed it, because I tried it and it didn't work. So
That battle was fun.
it was fun. I'm glad, because the first time I did it, I had a little bit of trouble with it.
I didn't know I was supposed to shoot at her. I ran.
Oh, you just ran away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ran to the other end of that area.
Yeah. Yeah, it was I mean, I knew I had to fight her, but initially, like, I tried sniping her and she would just always hit me first. So that didn't work too well for me. Then I was like, I'll try the supply drop on top of her and knock her out. Didn't work, because as soon as like it got close, she got up and ran away. So that must have been the fix for it. So I ended up like sneaking up on her and shooting her with my assault rifle.
I sniped her.
Did you?
Yep.
Nice. All right, here we go. Facebook feedback. Dave in Boston, you're going live during a Patriots game. You are now number 221 on my list of favorite podcasts. How's the game going, by the way?
7-0 Patriots.
Patriots after.
Almost half. That's 14-0 now.
Oh, okay. Who had TDs for the Pats?
Guess.
Gronkowski.
Both of them.
Really, both of them. Shit. I wish I had drafted him in my fantasy leagues. I didn't get him. Anyway, sorry, Dave. I feel like first day of football season should be a national holiday.
Not Thursday.
That's true. Is weird. And Sundays, not really.
Maybe the
not a
first
work day
Monday
anyway.
night game.
What, first Monday night game?
Something
I could
like
see
that.
We should just have the whole week off.
I'll do that.
Thursday, Friday,
I'm in.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Long weekend.
Everything's closed down just because football started. Yeah, I'm excited because like I just put on football I think the pregame stuff starts at like 11. Turn that on and I just have it on. Like I don't sit and watch it. And then football's on just all day, and then into the night. So it's good stuff. And I like that. Is it Monday Night Football that's on ABC now? Or no, Sunday Night Football.
Sunday night's on NBC.
Thursday Night Football is on TV. ABC, ABC.
I can't even keep it straight.
I can't either, but they broadcast the Thursday night games on national TV, so that's good. But anyway, Mike in Minnesota says, it's official, boys. The chastity belt that is summer has been removed, and gaming and I can finally make sweet love once more. Unfortunately, it seems that the floodgates have been opened, and now there's no stopping it. The past few days, I've pre-ordered Football Manager 16, Pro Evo 16, Fallout 4, purchased Metal Gear Solid 5, and I also started ordering parts for a new computer. On a side note, I welcome any suggestions for things to do or see in upstate New York. I'm taking my old man to the Baseball Hall of Fame at the end of September. I'm looking for other possible adventures. So, first of all, awesome. Yeah, you do have a ton of games to play. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm glad you got that one.
Yes.
It's good stuff. And then the Football Manager games, like I was a big fan of Hockey Manager, so I totally.
I know Mike puts the hours into those games.
Yes,
Sure, I was just gonna say there was a time where every time I logged into Steam and saw that he was on, it was that game he was playing.
Football Manager, yeah.
And he opted for Pro Evo.
Pro Evo, yep. PES,
I know he's a big fan.
2016. Fallout 4.
Yep.
Let us know what you got for your computer too. I'm interested. Probably new graphics card. We seem to always have the same graphics card. Like when I had my 650 Ti, he had the same card, and then after I upgraded my 760, he had the same card. So if you got a 970, let me know, because that's what I put in my computer. Good stuff. Suggestions on things to do or see in upstate New York.
I got a good one.
Okay.
Since he's going to be in Cooperstown.
Alma Gang Brewery?
Alma Gang Brewery.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that too. I've had a few of their beers, which are really good. I don't know what it's like actually there. I just know their beer's good, but it's right there in Cooperstown. So.
Yep, just up in the hills a little bit, and they have a really nice restaurant. The food's really good. It's a little bit pricey, but you can also get flights of their beer, which is awesome. They have some really. It's a Belgian brewery, and they have some really good beers, including the Game of Thrones beers.
Oh, they do that one.
They have the license to make
Oh.
beers based off
Oh,
of Game of
really?
Thrones. They have the Iron Throne Blonde Ale.
Oh, I gotta try all this now.
I just
God
called
damn
it up. The Take the Black Stout, the Fire and Blood Red Ale, the Valar Morghulis Double Ale, and the Three-Eyed Raven Dark Saison Ale.
Oh,
I
dang.
I have a couple bottles of it in my fridge. They've been there for months. I just haven't tried them yet. So
What is wrong with you?
we're waiting for a special occasion. But then
There's
every
no
time,
such
like I'm like, hey, let's open this. It's like, no, let's save it for some other time.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But those are hard to get, and every time I've been to Omegang, they haven't had any.
Yeah.
Just kind of lucked out here and there, so we grabbed bottles where we could find them. But my favorite, if you do go, and I really think you should, if you do go, my favorite is the Rare Voss beer and their what's the other one? The Witta are both really good in my opinion. So check those out. Other than that, Cooperstown's kind of in the middle of nowhere.
It's definitely in the middle of
Is
nowhere.
it anywhere near Watkins Glen?
No,
Further east of there.
yeah, it's like
North,
Because
I
the,
think.
the gorge in Watkins Glen is really cool.
yeah, if you can make it over to the Finger Lakes, like all that stuff's worthwhile. If you're into naturey hikes and waterfalls, like Eric said.
If you're near Binghamton, New York, I'd love to meet you for breakfast at the Broadway Diner.
Yeah. But if you don't have to come here,
Don't.
because there's nothing here.
If it was a few years ago, I think 2009, you could head down the road to Oneonta and go to the National Soccer Hall of Fame, which has since closed.
Really?
Oh, really?
But it was in Oneonta for years, yeah.
Soccer's gotten bigger and
They
it closed?
They didn't move it somewhere else.
Not that I know of.
Like I can see having it in a bigger city.
Well, yeah.
Cooperstown is in Cooperstown just because of tradition.
There's
you know?
there's some sort of baseball history there, I believe, isn't there?
Yeah, that's the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Well, I know, but
Oh,
there's like
yeah,
a reason that the Hall of Fame is there.
yeah. I'm sure. I used to know all that stuff. I've forgotten quite a bit.
I mean, I'm just kind of looking at the towns near there. Oneonta is the biggest one. If you do go to Oneonta, go to the Yellow Deli. That's where my girlfriend went to college, so I spent a lot of time putzing around there. The Yellow Deli is a deli owned by a cult, a hippie cult. I think they just smoke pot all the time and live in a commune.
Honestly, if you're there on a weekend, the Ithaca Farmers Market is really cool.
It's kind of a hike, though.
Yeah,
Well-
Cooperstown's east.
I'm just saying, if he's going to be here for the weekend,
Yeah.
I can't imagine he's going to spend 3 days in Cooperstown.
There's a few museums in Cooperstown other than the Baseball Hall of Fame. I want to say there's like a farmers museum there that we went to last time I was in Cooperstown.
Was it good?
I think so. I think I found it fairly interesting. But it was many moons ago.
Right.
Many moons ago. But there's really what we're trying to say is there's really not a lot to do in upstate New York.
I struggled to think of anything to tell him.
If you can get downstate, there's a lot more stuff to do.
If you do, I just punched it into Google Maps. Ithaca is like 2 hours away, a little bit
Yeah.
over 2 hours. If you do get over there, though, there's a lot to do.
Yeah. I really like the farmers market a lot. And
Yeah.
on a Saturday, it's real big. There's like good food, fresh food right there. It's cool.
If you
right
can,
on the water.
if you can find a Speedy sandwich anywhere, get a Speedy sandwich. That's
Chicken Speedy.
That's the only thing our area is famous for.
I always
really.
forget about that.
Yeah. Speedies are delightful. That's it.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I live like an hour from Cooperstown. So do you guys.
I think we should all get together for breakfast. My favorite meal of the day.
Broadway Diner.
Can swing it.
Rosie's Diner in Roscoe. Or what is it, Rosie's? Oh, it's just
I
called
thought
the
it was-
Roscoe Diner.
It's the Roscoe Diner. That's
Yeah.
not really very close to there either, though, is it? I
No.
was gonna say because that's right along the border of
No.
New York. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. But have a good trip.
Yes.
The Baseball Hall of Fame's awesome. Like I said, it's been a few years, but I always love the history of sports in general and baseball especially because it's been around so freaking long. So it's good stuff. Miguel in Spain says, I hope Dan badmouth my dear Metal Gear Solid 5 a little bit because I need someone to hate a little bit in the episode to vent my anger of not being able to play it at the moment. Sorry, Miguel.
That didn't happen.
I tried. Like I said, there's not a lot of bad things to say about it. It's more nitpicky stuff with Metal Gear Solid. But the good thing is, when you get around to playing it, I think you'll love it. It's good stuff. So, the only one that would have badmouthed it is Will, I think. And he would have badmouthed it just to
piss me off.
Piss Eric off specifically, but the rest of us too.
He threatened it.
Yes, he did.
He did.
He didn't. See what he would have done is played the intro in like an hour afterwards, and then said, "Game sucks."
Yeah, something like that.
So
that's what I said. What did you put 2 hours in?
Will would have been your best bet for not liking Metal Gear, but fortunately he got it, and me and Corey could freeload.
Yeah. Nothing like freeloading.
Agreed. And that's it. I think that's everything for feedback. Correct?
Yeah. Next week's Mario Maker.
Next week we're doing Mario Maker. We're all getting that tomorrow. So we'll have plenty of time to get what we need to out of it before next week's episode, which Wednesday, Thursday. Do you know? Thursday?
I don't remember.
Okay. We'll let you know. And then the week after that is going to be the Taken King, the Destiny update, which we had a specific request for. And we were more than happy to honor that request. I'm hoping I can get Will to... Is Will going to get Taken King?
He said he was, but
I don't know if
maybe I talked him out of it.
I don't know if he's going to have enough time to play it anyway. He's been busy with school and work and stuff, so...
We also had a request to have listener Tito in LA join the show, and I thought he doesn't know this yet, but I thought it would be nice if he wanted to join for that discussion.
That would actually be perfect because I know he's played a ton of Destiny. If we can swing that, we should actually try to work on that now.
Mm-hmm.
Start that 2 weeks in advance so we can actually get that to go, and then we can talk to him about our Rocket League video.
Yep.
So it's a good idea. But yeah, that's our plan for the next 2 weeks. After that, we don't know. I know we're gonna do Final Fantasy Tactics episode early in October at some point. The game release list is a little slim in October.
FIFA end of this month.
Okay. You did want to do an episode on FIFA?
I don't know. We'll see.
I'll let you be the deciding factor on that because I mean it's a popular game, so there's that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's our future couple weeks anyway. So.
And no question of the week. I'm putting question of the week on hiatus until I finish redesigning the website.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed, our website is under construction. It looks great. Our logo's got some new colors on it, which I've got to get. Can you send me the logo, Corey, so I can put it on our iTunes feed?
Rustic Americana.
Yeah, I actually really like. For some reason, like when I was watching our channel stuff on our channel on the YouTube gaming thing, it looked like a tire. Our logo looked like a little tire. I was like, that looks really cool.
You know, spokes on it.
I don't know why. No, it looked like a Goodyear tire with white writing on it, like a racing tire.
That's pretty American.
I don't know why I thought that, but that's just what it looked like to me.
I'm working on a textured version of the logo to use.
Yes.
Places
like to make it look like it was painted on concrete or something like that.
Exactly.
Oh, because one of the channels I follow on Twitch have that as their like background on things, and it looks awesome.
It's not something you want to use everywhere, but just in certain situations where it makes sense, for artistic flair.
I would love that. So yeah, we're slowly in the process of rolling that out. Again, we only do this stuff in our free time, and I don't know about you guys, but I have had very little free time in the past 2 weeks or so.
I've had about 31 hours of free time.
Yeah, see, I mean, part of the problem is the balance of trying to play video games, but also trying to accomplish other podcast stuff. Like I just caught up on 2 blog posts today because I haven't had time, and when I do have time, I want to play video games. So
yeah, but
I'm gonna get the Metal Gear Solid stuff up pronto because of how important the game is and all that stuff. So
you're gonna have to, unless you want me to do it this weekend, Dan, do the primer for Mario Maker.
I can do it because I have the
capture
card. Yeah. I'll probably not Sunday, but hopefully.
Wait till you have time with the game so you can describe all the
features. Yeah. maybe middle of next week.
From
I'll
what
be able
I
to-
understand, it takes over a period of like 10 days to unlock everything.
Oh, really?
I heard that too, but I saw like a Kotaku post or something, or maybe it was Cinema Blend post the other day that said how to unlock everything in Mario Maker right away.
Oh, okay.
So maybe there's a workaround. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that tomorrow.
I'll try to sit in on a primer with you if I
greasy
can.
mitts. Okay.
Yeah, we got to That's one thing we got to figure out too, is how to do a primer with 2 people through streaming.
Yeah, it's got to be through. Well, we'll talk about it off air.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's everything for this week's episode. That'll do it for episode 216 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement. All right.